lost one of their players, and also Team Pakistan, they have also lost one of their players as well.
Okay, this is not a great start at all for the side of Laos since they were the first one to actually get the boot out of Sandhawk. And in the meantime, we're looking at Team Pakistan. Again, IQQ has taken the back seat here, so we're playing with just three. It's T24, Noki, and Falak all together, and I think they're going for a reposition here. And so far, for the side of Nepal Red, obviously they do have that advantage up against Malaysia since they've already acquired two of their players. So I think they're going to hunt down the remaining players as well. I mean, that's the opportunity right there to score some points, and that's the opportunity that they need to grab. Anyway, coming off the kill feed, it's Jordan losing some of their members as well. We've got those kill points coming through, coming off the kill feed here. And Saitama, man, good shot coming from Firen, but then again, Rex was able to follow through, and that's a confirmation as well. Firen is already out of the game. Whew, a lot of trade-off happening back and forth for stage number one.
There's a lot of casualties going around, and I am not sure how to process this. I knew the lobby was gonna go like on the aggressive side, but this bits and tabs of elimination, they're actually breaking the lobby instead of like actually having a decent amount of fights. This is gonna be so hard for the teams to like engage with a full party, with a full team against them, and if they manage to somehow survive till the very end, that's going to be another chaos that's going to ensue. Some players are going to shoot from the back. There's going to be solos doing a third party whatsoever, stealing all those eliminations into the meanwhile that we have Nepal Red in our screen. For elimination, not a single casualty. Amazing start towards these players. So far, 55 points have been secured. They secure 3 more points, and they're going to be on the equal term against Team Pakistan. Nepal Blue, 43 total points so far to elimination, but Indonesia, this team right now outside of the circle, taking the blue damage but healing themselves slowly, steadily, trying to get in. You can see the rest of the players, 2 players are actually outside of the blue zone, 2 are actually somewhat in the safe area for now, but the circle's closing in. You still have to move 200 meters. They're gonna get into their car and they're gonna move away. Another fight that might occur is gonna be on the Paradise, where we can see Vietnam versus Mongolia right next to each other, right next to the premises. A single wrong move, it's gonna be enough to take one player down, and fatality goes down. Apex has been spotted. The shot did conduct on this guy, but he survived. He managed to get out of there as soon as possible, as soon as he realized that, okay, the situation has kind of gotten over worse.
You know what? Vietnam is actually one of the teams that playing a little bit on the safe side yesterday, but playing it safe for day number 2 will no longer be an option here. Same thing goes for Syria, Sri Lanka. We also got Bangladesh, Timor-Leste, and of course Lebanon, which is not playing for this match. I do wonder if they're going to be playing for the remaining matches for day 2. They will have to take risk, and I guess this is the start of something new for the side of Vietnam. That was such a great spot coming from Lamborghini, acquiring 1 elimination point, if I'm not mistaken. And again, for day number 2, making reckless plays also will not be an option. So they will have to throw everything at the battlefield here. I think that for those teams, especially down there at the bottom, if it comes to a point wherein it will be impossible for them to climb up ranks, then that's the time I think that they're going to be a team that is quite dangerous, because someone from this pack is going to do something crazy. I think later on, the question that we need to ask is, which team will it be?
I mean, this is the bigger question. Which team will it be? Which team will dictate the whole flow of the lobby at this point? And we will not know it because this is just the state number 2. We still have to wait for a very long time. It's only 8 minutes. There's only like 2-3 teams maybe that got eliminated. We started at 15 teams, and now we do have to see how the rest of these 13 teams, in fact, they're going to play the match. Laos has been eliminated. Myanmar has been eliminated. Jordan's down to the last 2 players. Nepal White, talking about this team, they were kind of on the, I would say, a really good pace side, but they still need a decent amount of points in every game if they want to like have a number 2, number 3 position, or maybe even a number 1 position for themselves. This day is going to be super important for every single one of these teams, whether it's the top teams, whether it's the bottom team, because this is a day where majority of the teams are going to like overturn for the better or for the worse. They're going to change their strategies. They're going to change their momentum. The teams that were kind of going on the slow pace on the day number 1, they're going to go for the fast pace. They might try, they might not. Some teams that even if the fast pace did work out for them, they might not do it today. So it's all these mix and matches, because everyone has a clear sight of what the team is capable of and how the teams are actually playing in this tournament. So from this point onward, every single move, every single step that the opponent is going to take, they have to think really hard. They have to think twice, thrice before taking that step, maybe because at that point, that a single step can be your demise, reason.
Yep. And of course, when it comes to a competition, I think we only have two types of teams here. Of course, the aggressor, those who hunt kills like it's a buffet. You know, even if they don't place high, their elimination count can keep their scores competitive. And of course, the survivors, teams who play it smart, stay alive and clutch big placement points in the late game. Of course, we also need to shed a little light on those teams at the bottom, since we need to talk about like what kind of action do they need to do, what kind of plan do they need to execute in order for them to climb up the ranks. And so far, those teams at the bottom need something of a comeback zone here. I mean, who has the guts to go all in? And speaking of guts, we've got of course the boys of Nepal Red racking some more action over here. We got Rex bagging 3 of out of those 4 kill points, and the kill feed definitely sliding up. But Nepal Red, even if they're already tanking the blue here, they're on a mission still to get some more points. And it's not a simple battle here, because they are going up against Nepal Blue once again. And that was such a great shot coming from Saitama, releasing another haymaker, putting down Giante on the floor.
Oh my god. This is going a blue versus red, ladies and gentlemen. This is a blue versus red. Giante gets eliminated. That's the 5th elimination Nepal Red is going to have for themselves. Maybe the 6th one that can potentially occur right here as example will be taken down. Okay, he couldn't see the guy that he was like, oh, there you are. He's going to take him down. Rex is also down as well from the Nepal Red. Oh my god, it is red versus blue, ladies and gentlemen. Both parties are down to their last individual player. Okay, for a second, in my own momentum, Andy, I'm really sorry. I was about to say Pokemon for some reason. I'm so super used to this blue versus red rivalry on this fact that in my head it's going on. But here we go, red, ladies and gentlemen. It is Precious that's gonna win this fight against the Nepal Blue. And right with this, that's eight elimination. They have successfully taken down Team Pakistan, I think, from the leaderboard. But yeah, no, they still haven't, because there is a winner chicken dinner difference. Even if the points are same, there's the difference for the winner chicken dinner.
Yes, exactly. But of course, it's unfortunate that it had to be red and blue that needs to actually fight it off. But then again, you know, both of the teams actually exited the game with enough points for themselves. And of course, this is such a great thing to see, because Nepal White's still a little bit behind compared to the other 2 teams that we have representing Nepal. But again, Sleepy, just like that, was able to bag 2 elimination points coming from Maldives. And if we're going to be looking at the table right down there on the right side for stage 3 here, we've got a lot of teams already out here. We've got Malaysia, Jordan, Maldives, Laos, and of course some of the teams that have already taken the bait and have already exited back to the lobby. Now the fight is not over just yet, because we still got another team here that's about to challenge up a Sky and the rest of the team here. It's going to be Bangladesh.
I mean, at this point, how the teams are playing, oh my god, it's so amazing. We're not seeing the fights inside the circle, Andy. At this point, we're seeing the fight outside of the circle that actually occurs, that actually like takes down till the very end. But oh my god, I see Team Pakistan close to the proximity. There can be a fight. There's also the team Nepal. There's Bangladesh in the front lines. On the southern side, there's another team. And I do totally believe that the fight should occur. At this point, the fight has to occur because there's only the Paradise Resort that you have for yourself, that the teams can have for themselves. And aside from that, look at all the other angles, look at all the other positions. It's not like anyone that is that can have like a safer spot for themselves. But oh, that was a very, very smooth move from Precious side. He parked that car right
Oh,
there, but instantly he's going to be taken down, and it's all over. Nepal Red in the Paradise Resort. They're going to be eliminated by the hand of Vietnam.
so far the Paradise Resort's fully booked with Team Vietnam here. They're making it harder for all the teams that will even try to attempt to get inside Paradise Resort. We've seen Precious getting tagged just moments ago and actually exiting the game already just because he tried to get inside Paradise Resort. And I think there's also another team there that would love to infiltrate that specific spot. But of course, they've already set up a very great system here, or defense system rather, coming from Team Vietnam. So we'll just have to wait and see if that fortress is impenetrable. But back into the action, we've got 5 elimination points being flagged by the boys of Syria, and I think they're doing such a great momentum for the start of day number 2. Bangladesh was able to get just 1 point. We've got Eddie down on the ground, but they're not out of the woods just yet because we've got TLS very near them, and I think there's also another team towards that might join into the mix. But all of this is happening, just like what you said, outside of the zone, so pressure is already creeping in.
The pressure is definitely creeping in at this point, and you can see how the dictation of this pace is actually going on. But there we go, Indonesia is going forward finally against the Team Syria at this point. To more or less in the meanwhile, they're going to be the one that's going to get eliminated on the hashtag number 7. Now we're down to the top 6, ladies and gentlemen. Indonesia, Team Pakistan, they're still on the top, and they're still alive. They're still alive as 3-4 players from their team. Syria, 1 player gets taken down by the hand of Federalis. There we go, that's 2 down from the Syria. There goes the grenade. Will it connect? This is the bigger question. This is going to be the moment dictation question, because Federalis grenade, if it connects to its third person, if he gets taken down, which, in fact, wait a second, it did get, like, the third person taken down as well, meaning there's only a last guy, that is Yusuf, from the team Syria from this point onward, and this guy has an M416. He's going to try his level best to take down almost on the shot of the players, but, oh, now the cars are coming in, now the cars are closing in into towards the players. Yusuf cooking another grenade. Let's see if he's going to be able to get that connectivity down upon the player. The player close in. Yusuf gets eliminated, and right with this, it's all over. Syria out of the match. Indonesia securing the total of 5 eliminations for themselves in this match at the very start right now from this point onward, because this is the start for the aggression of Indonesia as well. At this point, from this point onward, the top teams, the Pakistan and the Indonesia, they're definitely going to start their aggression. They're definitely going to start their fights. But oh my god, I see 2 down from the team Pakistan. Vietnam is over aggressing upon these guys. Fuller gets eliminated. We have T24. We have Naki right in the front premises, but they're outside of the circle. 1 minute more. 1 minute more, and the circle is going to close in, and the circle will shift completely towards the player. But oh my god, another one. Lamborghini taken down T24 right there. Now from this point onward, it is down to the last guy of the team Pakistan, and he is getting more shots. He's getting more shots. He's going to be taken down from the Bangladesh side. Eddie's going to be the one responsible for that, and no point whatsoever. Just a single elimination point and some placement points on the hashtag number 5 that he managed to secure for himself. But now it is a fight for the top 4, ladies and gentlemen. It is Indonesia, it is Vietnam, it is MN, and the team of Bangladesh. I think MN is Myanmar. Right?
You know what? I don't think Indonesia is going to be slowing down their pace. It's going to be high octane. I think for the rest of the matches that we're going to have for this evening. And now we're down to just 4 teams for stage number 5 with 15 seconds on the clock here before we hit stage 6. Right now we're looking at the Bangladeshi team. Of course, yesterday it wasn't such a great streak for this team, but so far so good for the first match today. I mean, they've already bagged 5 elimination points, so I guess that is quite a strong start for Team Bangladesh. It's about time for them to kind of pick up the pace here, but it's going to be a hard one for now, because I think they're about to have a conflict up against Indonesia. And what makes it worse is the fact that they are sandwiched in between Indonesia and Team Vietnam, who has, of course, taken over a portion of Paradise Resort. And of course, the circle is already small, so it's already crowded at this point.
I mean, the circle, how the circle is crowded, I don't think it's possible at this point, because the circle, I do believe that every single team, they can easily get inside that circle. They can have the circle for themselves, but another one that comes after this one. Yes, they can survive in this one, but not the next one. Bangladesh, Vietnam, they're right close to the proximity. They're right next to each other, and they're gonna be pissed. Both of the teams are gonna be pissed because some of the eliminations were from the Vietnam against Team Pakistan, some from the Team Bangladesh, and they were both fighting over the Team Pakistan's elimination, and they're definitely gonna be pissed about it. They're definitely going to go for the fights and might get some occurrence in this, and we might see some third parties occurring into the area as well. But Daksua, he's low on that HP. He needs to heal himself. On the same time, Malak Bek, the guy that was the MVP, he is still alive and he is still into the game. I kind of want to see how many elimination he has managed to secure for his team, at least in this game. But here we go. One player from the team Myanmar, Apex, is right now knocked out. Alex, in fact, gets knocked down as well. So that's two. Third one coming into the way. And oh my god, within the second, it is a Mongolia that has been eliminated right from there. No, this is not looking good. This is not looking good for the Indonesia, as well as one player, Lamborghini, is taking him down. And now from this point onward, it is a 3 versus 4 versus 3, in fact. But that confirmation, this is going to take you, this is going to cost you your life. And Federales, beautifully done. 9 elimination for the team. It is an amazing start once again for the Indonesia. And if you remember correctly, Andy, even the first match of the day number 1, that was for the Indonesia as well. They started their match with the winner chicken dinner. Once again, in the Sandhawk, they're showing their aggression and their momentum that, okay, Sandhawk is specifically made for their winner chicken dinner.
You know, the reason why I said that the circle is already crowded is the fact that we had like 15, 16 players moments ago, and they're already running out of option for cover. So you cannot really just spread out there in the open and kind of expose yourselves to all teams that are still participating in the lobby. So you need to be able to take a great vantage point, a great spot to be able to protect yourself and defend yourselves accordingly. But now that we're down to just 3 teams remaining for stage 8 here, this is going to be a great Mexican standoff for now, since everyone is not still pressured to move forward, just because, you know, we still got a little space to work with. But Team Vietnam definitely is being aggressive over here. They do have the chance to score that chicken dinner. They will try, of course, to do that zone control, but Indonesia is still here. They are so far the strongest contender that we have in this tournament, and they're racking up points here, going up against Team Vietnam. And I think, you know, these 2 teams were gonna go for the battle first before they head on to the 3rd team remaining here for match number 1, day 2 of this tournament. And of course, mistakes, they don't have room for tournaments like this one, but Federal is already down on the ground. But let's see if they can still flip the script here up against Team Vietnam. Who's gonna win the first chicken dinner here in Sandhawk?
Oh my god, what is going on? What has happened in a single split second? Team Indonesia, the way that they had the momentum all for themselves, it's completely gone, and they have been eliminated, ladies and gentlemen. They have been eliminated. We have Bangladesh, we have Vietnam right next to the proximity. Bat Machine has been taken down. Mad Machine has been taken away. Bangladesh gets eliminated, and it's a Vietnam that's gonna have the winner of the chicken dinner for themselves. The chances were so good for the Indonesia once again to secure the winner of the chicken dinner, but no, it is a Vietnam, ladies and gentlemen. It is Vietnam that's gonna have the winner chicken dinner. And the amount of points that they're gonna have, the amount of elimination that they managed to secure, is a decent one as well on top of that, because not only we were seeing them fight throughout the whole journey, we were seeing them survive as well. They were doing a very amazing job, and that amazing job has led up to this moment where they're gonna have the winner chicken dinner for themselves. And even on top of that, we have Lamborghini, ladies and gentlemen, as the MVP. 2 elimination, 880 damage, 85 healing done. 130 meter is the longest elimination that this guy has done, and 28.57% of the contribution for the team.
I think that Vietnam's victory right now opens a door for other teams lurking just behind Indonesia. Again, if we're gonna be putting a spotlight onto like Pakistan, Nepal, red, blue, they all see that giant can bleed. This could be a momentum shift that we have been waiting for, and where everyone starts playing fearless and looking for their own breakthrough. Of course, with Vietnam's win right now, the entire tournament has changed, and of course, we'll be looking forward to a lot more changes that will happen for the remaining matches we have so far. And again, this is quite a statement that Vietnam has done. They just showed that some of the giants can still be taken down in this competition, and right now Indonesia was close, so close again at securing that third winner chicken dinner for this tournament, but then again they were stopped by another team.
They definitely were. They definitely were, and it's definitely gonna like piss them off at this point as well. It's definitely gonna make them angry. Not only them, a lot of other teams that were trying to like secure the final moment win of the chicken dinner, they were taken up against each other. I remember Vietnam actually nading themselves at one point. That was hilarious. That was actually hilarious. But we have the match summary, ladies and gentlemen. 55 elimination, 53 knockouts with 5,556 of the total healing. Throwable used just a number of 64. Wait a second. Wait, all those grenades that were used, were they at the very end? At the very end circle that we were saying? Airdrops looted, 1. Headshot with a 6. And total rescues of 16 with 300. Wait a second. 300 meters being the longest elimination distance in Sandhawk? Andy, that is a very, very long range shot.
Absolutely, but 64 throwables used. I think by far this is the lowest number that I've seen throwables being used in a match. But of course, that is Sandhawk. It's a small map, so perhaps there was no need for the teams to actually just make it rain nades. They're more about bullets and actually taking down the opposition with a CQC rather than from like a mid-range shutdown. But here comes the match rankings, ladies and gents. Obviously, Vietnam is at the top here with 17 points. And then we've got Indonesia coming in at second, and Bangladesh. This is such an improvement in terms of their gameplay for today, for match number 1.
I mean, we can see how well all the teams have played. The top 3 at the very least. Indonesia, even not getting the winner chicken in, it's not going to affect them. Even being on the number 2, not being on the number 2 is not going to affect them. They're on still the number 3 that they got eliminated, and they have 16 total points. Yes, Vietnam managed to like secure the winner chicken dinner. They have 17 points for themselves. Then we have Bangladesh on the hashtag number 2, 13 points for themselves. Nepal red, they have done an amazing job as well in this match. 8 total points. Syria with a 7, Mongolia with a 6, 5 for Nepal blue. Then we have Pakistan with a 4, Jordan with a 4 as well, Timor-Leste, Nepal white at 3 points, Maldives with just a 1, and then we have Sri Lanka, Malaysia, and Laos with not even a single point to their name. Whether it's the position, whether it's the elimination, they have not managed to secure even a single point for themselves, and this is definitely going to like put them in the harm's way into the next few matches as well. It's definitely going to like put a small bit of pressure, because unless you play into the Erangels and then lose with the 0 points, you're not going to have that much of a pressure. But ladies and gentlemen, we have the overall ranking. After the match number 6, Indonesia is standing on a whooping 92 points for themselves. Pakistan on the 62. That's a 30-point difference from number 1 all the way to the number 2. Meaning a single game is not going to cut it off. A single game is not going to cut it anymore that you need to secure the number 1 position. Nepal red on 59. More 3 points of a difference. Then we have Nepal blue. 11 points of a difference. 48. Vietnam 37. 32 for the Nepal white. 31 for Malaysia and Jordan as well. Then the 30 points close down as we head over to the page number 2.
Yep, and of course with 6, is it 6? How many matches that we have? Yeah, 6 matches completed. The leaderboard is of course taking or starting to take shape rather, and Indonesia continues of course to lead the charge with a massive 92 points here, 55 eliminations. Of course, they're still proving that they are still the most aggressive team in this tournament, but cracks are starting to show. That's what I can say. Pakistan, we've got Nepal red, blue, Blue, they're closing the gap, and I'm hoping for the final day it could bring a major shakeup. Of course, that will depend on how these teams are going to go through the remaining matches for today. Now, Indonesia has been very dominant from the start here, Torix, but their lead is, of course, isn't untouchable, so to speak. So I do wonder if they're going to remain at this kind of pace. You know, it's going to be high octane for Team Indonesia, but we all know that it can be exhausting at some point. So let's see how the endurance is going to play out for Team Indonesia. Now, Vietnam's WWCD victory earlier in Sandhog, it was like definitely a huge moment here. But they're still sitting at 37 points overall. I guess they've proven that they can take down again, you know, some of of course, the Titan currently for this tournament. But now they need to string this together more with the strong performance, since we are about to step into Erangel in a while.
I mean, the moment Indonesia's pace is gonna like slow down, the rest of the teams are gonna try to pick up their paces, because that's what they need to do if they want to secure the #1 position. So far, 30 points of a difference from the #1 and the #2. Pakistan has the highest chance so far, and I'd say Nepal Red also has the highest probability of overtaking the team Indonesia if they play their next two matches are really good. Given that it's Erangel, every team will have an equal opportunity. I would say Nepal Red has a very, very big chance of securing those decent number of points. But MVP ranking, it has changed. It has completely changed. We have Malakbek still on the #1. We have Adralis on the #2. Then we have T24 on the #3 with 12 total eliminations. Then we have Rex. We have Precious, ladies and gentlemen. These two guys have just joined us onto the overall MVP ranking with 13 and 12 eliminations each for themselves. 2,000 plus damage for every single one of these top 5 players. A survival time going down to the very minimum on the hashtag #4 with 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Then on the #5, which is Precious, he goes down on the average survival of 16 minutes and 6 seconds. Not a lot of like a difference of the survival right there, but the damage and the number of elimination that has actually occurred, that's what's making the difference at this point.
Oh, definitely. I do wonder if we're going to seeing kind of a step up from Malaysia, Jordan. Both teams have shown again flashes of dominance, but I feel like it's still, you know, their energy is still kind of fluctuating. But then again, this is just the first day, or like the first match rather, for day 2. Bangladesh, again, the question for this team is how can they keep their consistency going for the remaining matches today. I mean, it was such a great start for them, so I hope that we can see that kind of high energy gameplay towards the latter matches for today's event.
I mean, I kind of want to see all the aggression that is going to actually occur, not on the Erangels, but on the Miramars as well. I'm really excited for the rushes and the third parties and the clash drops of the Miramars. I'm really excited for that, but right now we have to move into the Erangel match, and before we head over there, ladies and gentlemen, we do have to take a short break. Do not go anywhere, stay with us. Make sure you do like the stream and subscribe to the channel, because there is one more day after this one as well. So we will see you after this short break.
All right, folks, we're diving back into Erangel for match number 2. And again, welcome to the Esports Association of Nepal. This is the Asia Showdown. Again, my name is Red Green together with Torix. And if the first match, of course, was any indication, things are only going to get crazier from here.
Oh, it definitely will get crazier from here because we just witnessed a moment where the team that had the most probability of securing the chicken dinner, they were denied of that, and they're definitely going to be pissed about it. The majority of the teams that did not perform well, they're going to be trying to get some more aggressions upon for themselves because the survivability did not work out for that much. But yes, it will be the Erangel match, ladies and gentlemen. This will be the first Erangel of the day number 2 that's going to occur, and that's going to dictate the pace for the whole lobby for throughout the rest of the matches, because how they're gonna play is gonna start from here, from this match. This is the crucial match that's gonna set their momentum for the rest of the Erangels, rest of the Miramars. And I would say at this point, it's really crucial for them to like initiate the early fight, maybe for themselves, because that's one way that you can dictate on the other team that yes, you are here for business, you are here to get some eliminations done up upon your enemies. But we have Lebanon, ladies and gentlemen, back into the game, but only with the 3 players this time around.
And we all know, ladies and gents, of course, that Erangel isn't just a battleground. It's where teams show their adaptability. So what to expect coming into our first Erangel today? I think Indonesia will likely double down on their control of the game here. I mean, they've already got the lead, and they don't want to lose it. Of course, Pakistan and Red Nepal, we do expect some sort of aggression to kind of come into play. Vietnam, I think they will need to capitalize on their momentum here. I mean, it was such a great gameplay for them, great performance coming from Sandhawk, so that last win will definitely put them on the map. They cannot afford to slow down for this round. Meanwhile, teams lower in the standings like Bangladesh, Mongolia, Laos, Syria, of course, I mean, starting down a make or break moment for them. Playing safe again won't cut it anymore. So, of course, if they would want to break into the top tier here, this is the round to flip the narrative. And this is, I guess, a great circle for us, not for the teams, right? Because it's going to be more entertaining. Because we've got 2 portions of Erangel. So we've got a portion of the main peninsula and a part of the south side of Erangel, which makes it a dangerous circle.
I mean, the circle, it really dictates on the flow on how like your brain is gonna work out, how you're gonna like take those quick action for yourself. But wait a second. Team Indonesia, they have secured already 4 eliminations for themselves in this early of the game. They did a clash drop. They won it out. They got those 4 eliminations without even a single casualty. That's definitely going to put them in a really good spot. Then we have Vietnam, the team that took that winner chicken dinner right before this one. And right now they're struggling. One player's like completely eliminated. Levito is low on that HP, but Lamborghini, I would say this guy has the best probability because of the position that he is in to get some decent number of initiative on the players, on the enemies. Then the rest of the team should follow up, get those eliminations, get those confirmations for themselves. Nade T is just moving inside that compound, but I can see this guy with just the 30 bullets of that AKM for his side. But oh my god, Lamborghini, the guy on the rooftop, finally has been taken down. Now, Alex, you need to move forward. He's going to go on the top of the roof. He will go forward. He will try to get that initiative and those eliminations upon on the players. But now, this is the time for the team. Vietnam, from this point onward, they have to like think of something. Alex is on the top of the roof. He's going to go down as well. All of the players are on the stairs. Alex, Apex, in fact, managed to secure 1 more knockdown. But after that, Alex is also going to be taken down. Oh my god, this has potentially gone to a 1v1 from this point onward. Vietnam moving forward. The Uzi did not work out. And last but not the least, Dashua manages to secure the final nail in the coffin, get the 4 eliminations, and all the 4 players of the Team Mongolia, they are going to be alive. They're going to survive as well. I don't know why. He could have like eliminated the player. He could have like finished off, completed the player before the last player could have rushed upon on this guy. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure why he didn't do that, because it happened with his teammates at one point from the Mongolia side. So he could have potentially done the same thing to them. After this, talking about the other teams, this is potentially the two total eliminations: Vietnam and Team LA, Laos. These two names have been completely eliminated from this match number 2. The first Erangel, starting Erangel like this early on, getting eliminated. This is gonna put so much of a pressure, because now you have to not only wait 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes for your next match, but the amount of practice that you had with your aim, with your movement, it can get a little bit cranky as well.
So this is the story, guys. If you guys are keeping tabs, of course, know what is going on in Pochinki. As you all know, Team Vietnam, they love to drop in Pochinki. They know this particular spot inside and out. But it's a different story for ESAN today, for this Asia Showdown, just because Mongolia had already obliterated them 3 times in Pochinki. They weren't able to defend this spot up against Mongolia, so maybe it's time for Team Vietnam to change their drop spot in terms of having the fight in Erangel. But of course, that would be an even bigger story, because if they do pick another drop location for Erangel, that means that they are already giving up on winning the fight in Pochinki area. But of course, if they continue on losing fight at the beginning of Erangel, then eventually it will definitely take a toll on them. After on, they just followed through a massive win from Sandhawk, and it's such a stake, like a knife in the heart here to lose right from the get-go.
I mean, losing right from the get-go, we already talked about it. It's a really difficult position for the teams, for the players individually, and their performance as well for the next games as well. It definitely dictates a slower pace for the next games. But right now, Lebanon, the team that did not join the map number 1, they're finally into the game, ladies and gentlemen, and as a 3-man, as a 3 players, Easy, Wade, and Fadel. These are the names that will try to secure as much points as possible. So far, they're at the very bottom of the chart with just the 8 total points. They're not even on the double-digit points. TLS, they managed to secure the double-digit points just before this match as well. They got on that, had number 12 points for themselves overall. There's Sri Lanka with 15. The bottom line, Laos, they were on the number 22 points for themselves. So all these bottom line teams, they need to dictate themselves, and they have to go for a really, really aggressive start if they want to have any decent amount of chance to secure it, because you don't have a lot of matches even for yourself. You only have a couple of matches, 9 matches in total, and comparing this match, counting this match as well. But the S12K from the right side is going to take him down. Team Indonesia is going to lose their players, and oh my god, the team that is on the hashtag number the number 1, they might be that one team that might face a lot of casualties. That's the second one down. Pedroholza is the last guy, the one and only hope of the team. He is behind the players, but instantly it's going to be taken off from the player side. Indonesia with the 4 elimination. They have been eliminated, and now Andy, this gives enough chance for Nepal Red, for Pakistan to get as much points as they can to at least lower the difference between the points of these two teams, the number 1 and the number 2, or the number 3 at this point. But Nepal Red, they're not only just waiting out over here, there's a third party, and that is the Team Pakistan coming on. The top 2 giants, the top 3 giants have actually gone head-to-head against each other right here on this proximity. But so far, what I'm seeing is the Team Nepal Red, they don't want to take any kind of fights over here. They just want to get out of here as soon as possible, because they know they just took down the top giants. This is the moment, this is the chance that they have to take, they have to seize to get as much points as they can to lower the difference between the points.
Yep, and in order for Nepal Red, of course, to dethrone Indonesia at this point, they will have to acquire at least more or less 30 points just to be able to get the top spot. Yes, it was a different tactical gameplay coming from Indonesia. If y'all remember, Indonesia actually choose to always drop around school area. It's a different team that they have a drop clash with, but this time they were full on their rotation, challenged up the boys of Nepal Red, but I think it was a little mishap right there, a little bit error on their side in terms of their communication, since they got obliterated right off in an instant. So it was a good job, in terms of their defense coming from the side of Nepal Red. So I do hope they can, of course, maintain this high octane gameplay. from here then on. But now the circle had already shifted once again, ladies and gents, and it had favored, to go south part of Erangel here. So there will be need for those teams in the main peninsula to cross over to the south side, and that could be, of course, a little tricky to pull off, since I bet there will be teams that will do a major bridge camping here to secure more points from this round.
I mean, this is the time. This is the time for the bridge camps to occur, and I kind of want to see that happening at this point. But Team Pakistan, they're not gonna like bridge camp that much. Like, look at them. They're going on the top of the mountains. They're going all like separate spots for some reason. Maybe they're trying to like locate the positions perimeters first. They're trying to know who is like into the backside of their like area. But Falak, come on. Come on, get on top of this, oh my god, bridge, and he actually did that. Apex versus Nepal Red, in fact, is fighting at this point. Nepal Red is losing their players as Saitama also gets taken down. Oh my god, that's 2 down. Back-to-back, Nepal Blue coming into the proximity as well. We are seeing them in the military base island, so they don't have to, like, fear anything. They just have to chill it out over here, but Mongolia is the one that is taken down. This giant, this top team at this point. Another grenade, but Alice is going to switch to the DBS, but DBS is not going to affect anything against the SHOWDOWN. SHOWDOWN is going to win it out. The DBS from Fatality is going to do a lot of damage. The player could have gotten knocked down, but Fatality also down. Oh my god, this has gone to a 2 versus 2. A grenade is being cooked by the hand of Apex, but Apex, no. I think Apex has received a grenade on his side as well, and that means the player could have been down. No, in fact, Apex is still alive. Precious is trying to heal himself back to 75% HP. It is. He is the last guy. Apex is the final hope. And now he is up against the 3 players of these giants. Nepal Red is going to instantly obliterate the situation. Mongolia is going to be out. And with 9 elimination, Team Nepal Red with beautiful points to their name. They are here on business.
Oh my goodness. Obviously, they are dictating the pace of the game here. 9 elimination points for just stage 2 here in Erangel. Hopefully, we can see this kind of energy up to the latter stages of the game here, since Saitama had already been sent back to the lobby. So 3 manpower for the side of Nepal Red. Let's see how well they're going to be doing in this round. So far, we're looking at Pakistan. Of course, they do have the opportunity as well to assume a lot of points here, just because they are staying onto the west side bridge here, going through Sosnovka military base. Right inside the military base, we've got, of course, Ragnarok and the rest of the team here. But of course, before we jump into that, we've got White, or Team White of the Nepal, securing 1 point for the team here. I don't exactly know where they are, but I'm pretty sure that they are already headed towards the south part area of Erangel. We're looking at 12 teams remaining here with 42 players still inside.
Oh my god. There's still 12 teams. That is one thing that I can definitely see, that these 12 teams will have a really, really good advantage against each other at this point. Lebanon is another team that is right now at the very end of the proximity, and they have to like jump in the water. They have to go in the circle that's 300 meters away from them. But oh my god, Fatal, he's being pushed upon. He's gonna have the DAB. In fact, 1987, the pump action in his hand. In the meanwhile, Sky is gonna be taken down. Nepal White is kind of struggling as Easy is low on that HP. The player has not only healed himself back to the 75% HP, but he managed to, like, so far survive at this point. The grenade is going to come down. Haitami is not going to receive that grenade. The grenade actually overshooted at that point. Got overshot. Jiggle going forward. Now with the DBS in hand, it's a DBS versus the Scar L at this point. But Sleepy is going to make Easy sleep at this point. Lebanon out of the match. That's 3 points for Nepal White as well. Slowly but steadily, this team is actually gathering more and more points for themselves, but they're still not in the top 5 overall as well. They're still on the hashtag number 6. They still have a lot to do. Team Bangladesh, Team Malaysia, right next to each other in the proximity of the ferry piers, and I do love a ferry piers. After yesterday's matches, I do love me a ferry pier, but wait. What is this ghost car? Why is it moving? Why is it going forward? Come on, Trixie, get in your car. Make sure that the car is not going toward your enemies. What is going on with this?
You know what? Nepal White actually started the game with only 29 points before we step into day number 2 here. So we're still kind of checking since Hype Dami is a new addition to the team. We're trying to check like how is it impacting the overall gameplay coming from Nepal White. But anyway, a lot of trade-offs have been happening right in the bridge area. We've got Sri Lanka and a couple of boys coming from Syria right here. And Mini on the screen just making sure that he protects his comrades with that massive spray up against that player. But unfortunately, he overextended his peak close enough for Yusuf to actually shut him down from that angle and from that distance. And Syria has now a chance to pick up their teammates and, of course, survive up until the latter stage of the game here. And as for Bangladesh, Eddie, he just got taken down, not by a player, but by the blue zone. But I think before he exited the game, I think he was able to score a point for himself.
He did. So far it is. Oh, wait a second. Bangladesh has also been eliminated by the hand of Malaysia. Wait a second. This is not looking good for majority of the teams. And those teams that are kind of like on the second chart pages, they are struggling. But Pakistan, I'm not sure why, but nobody seems to be coming from this bridge side. The moment Team Pakistan is camping this, holding this bridge down, nobody seems to be moving away from this bridge. Either they're all on the waters, or there's all like the teams that are on the main island. But we have Myanmar in the front line, Nepal red. They might have a possibility of taking down this team. Oh, there we go. Mika, he spotted. The guy was spotted. The headshot connected. The player got instantly taken down. And just look at the like chunk of HP being depleted upon. Now, there is no way that you can survive for a longer bit of time on this island. You have to go. You have to find some vehicles. You have to find some boats. Any jet ski that you can possibly find. Get out of there as soon as possible. Maybe get some eliminations for yourself. Yes, that is true. But there we go. He's going to have as much heal as possible. That's one first aid kit. Finally, he has found. He's going to heal himself now. From this point onward, will he be able to survive? This is the bigger question because the player's moving on. He knows that he's not going to survive, so he might as well take down the player that has crossed the bridge. He takes him down. It will be almost a confirmation. Oh my god, barely missed on the confirmation side, and there's no way that Rex is going to be able to like heal himself from this point onward. And now his only chance is hoping that this boat actually explode. The player gets eliminated, and that has not occurred. The player gets eliminated from the backside by the hand of Team Pakistan. That's the third elimination that they can have. Malaysia has been eliminated.
Before he gets taken down into the underworld, he made sure that he's going to be taking some points with him. Unfortunately, those bullets did connect, but however, it wasn't enough to shut anyone down, which brings us, of course, to just 6 teams remaining here. Sleepy, that's the confirmation coming through. He just got taken out by Killer Whitey coming from Nepal Blue, ladies and gents. And again, it has been a steady pace for Nepal Blue. They are not shaken by any pressure whatsoever coming into day 2 of this tournament. It's still the same formula for them. 4 elimination points, rather, coming into stage number 4. Let's see if they can finally score a chicken dinner to get that cherry on top. But anyway, example, I think they're still talking about, like, okay, how are we going to approach this one? Are we going to spread out entirely onto the map here? We're going to stick it to the edge of the circle. But of course, they need to establish a very good communication here to go through all the challenges to secure that chicken dinner. In the meantime, inside military base, we've got, of course, a team camping right down there smacked in the middle. But Pakistan already got a whiff of their location. We can see IQQ doing a little bit of spray up against the opposition, but of course, bullets are not connecting just yet.
God, the bullets are not connecting, but look at the circle. Circle has gone to the military base. Who would have thought? Who would have expected the circle to like take a shift on this position? Gyante close to the proximity of Falak. Falak and Gyante can actually get into the fight. There is Elias as well that can take the fight, maybe into the mid-ranges sector, because he is in the C buildings. He can potentially look at all the premises, all the potential areas that the team actually needs to like spot down the players and everything. But Maldives, so far it is just the 2 players. That is Orpheus, that is Admiral, And these two guys, it's everything residing onto these guys. They don't have to like do anything. They just have to chill it out over here for a tad bit longer bit of time, because this is stage number 5 and that is closing in within the 1 maybe 2 minutes marker, 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But there we go, Pakistan. Falak, Delta has been spotted. There is the Killer YT's car sound as well. And Falak, you have to make sure that your car is not into the proximity where it can be exploded. So being to a safer side. And oh my god, did he just listen to me? Did he just listen? And he was like, okay, let me go close, let me see where the enemies are, and then we will take that shot upon on these players. Falak has spotted successfully where the enemies are. They're in the compound, and now you have 5 grenades, you have 5 throwables in your hands. You can potentially use them to throw it, just throw it in the building, get those knockouts, get those elimination. But the one major thing, one major backstep for the Team Pakistan is the fact that one of their player is right now outside of the blue zone. He needs to get inside his car, he needs to get in the circle as soon as possible in the safe zone, and then hold a position against the Team Nepal Blue. Then you have the possibility of eliminating these guys, because at this point you're both going to be on the equilibrium term, on the equal footing outside of the circle, taking the damage and everything, and one shot can be the detrimental one that can potentially like make you survive or get you eliminated.
It wasn't a great start in Sandhawk for Team Pakistan. They were at second place before we started the matches today, and they got taken over, of course, by Nepal Red. But since Nepal Red had already been taken out of the equation as well with 11 elimination points, I think this is the chance for Team Pakistan to reclaim their spot in the rankings. But this is not good news for the side of Pakistan, since we've got a couple of players down on the ground, and Ganta is about ready to take down T24. But of course, a little hesitation with that nade. He switched to his Scarlet, but I think he's going to go back into throwing that bomb up against T24. But can he be accurate? No name actually popped on the kill feed just yet, but I'm pretty sure that the rest of the team, they're keeping an eye onto the boys of Pakistan, of course, just making sure that they keep them at bay, and they do remain, like they maybe have that advantage, of course, up against Team Pakistan, to just make sure that they will be a little difficult on their side to infiltrate the zone.
I mean, infiltration is the one thing that the Team Pakistan needs to do if they want to like take the fight against the Team Nepal Blue. But at the same time, Nepal Blue, now from this circle, we're gonna actually see if they're also gonna be the one of the team that needs to like enter the circle as well or not. And the answer is yes. So far, what I can see, I do believe so that the Team Pakistan might be in the circle because of the position, because of the mini map. You can see the angle that they're shooting at. They're actually shooting inside of that circle, and the Team Pakistan, the position that they are in, it can be a potential location inside the circle as well. So far, it's 5 elimination for the Team Nepal Blue. IQ is going to take down Ragnarok right there. It's a knockdown, but not the confirmation. It's still not the confirmation, and there at the corner of the map, T24 on the one side, completely open, just a tree that is his cover. He needs to get in this car, but the car back tires are punctured. He can't get in the car, he can't move away from this here unscathed. He will get some shots, he will receive some of the damage from the random spray, from the fires, anything that can potentially harm this guy. But he's gonna go outside of the circle, he's gonna go behind the ridge, he's gonna get in the car, and then they're all gonna move maybe in the circle as soon as possible. But wait, come on, 2-4, you're low on that HP, you've lost too much of your blood. And same with the IQ as well. Both need to heal as soon as possible and make their way in the circle, because I kind of want to see where the circle is shifted towards to. Even the Team Syria, the position, the compound that they have, it's not in the circle, meaning only the C buildings. Only the C building is potentially in the circle right now.
Getting down from that hill will definitely be a little tricky onto the side of Team Pakistan. Of course, Syria is right down there in the middle. It will be easy for them to kind of spot them down, running down from that hill. But anyway, we've still got, of course, Team Blue. Still a complete squad here, which is always a huge advantage. Let's see if Team Pakistan will be able to pull off the chicken dinner without Falak. We only have 3 members here, of course, trying to still make it happen for Team Pakistan. But of course, Nepal Blue, they can hear the gunshots. They know exactly where the opposition will be coming from. And it's either they get into the middle of the military base or take care of business first with Team Pakistan before they get inside the military base. So there's a lot of options here, but it's a good thing that IQQ is already inside. He spots the players coming from Nepal Blue, and now it's gonna be even harder for Blue to actually descend from where they are staying right now.
I mean, that's a knockdown coming up right there. Nepal Blue, down to the 3 players that they are. They're shooting at IQ. They're getting their shots connected on towards the players, but look at the TLS champ. Super close to the Team Pakistan. The backstab can be really detrimental for the guy, but there we go. Nepal Blue taking the fight against the team JOR. Jordan, the team Jordan is kind of on the heavy artillery at this point. One player was kind of scattered away. He got taken down. It will be a confirmation in a short while. The tap fires. It's going to connect on the head. It's going to connect on the body. 2-4 in the meanwhile gets a knockdown, gets a confirmation, and Champ is going to be the guy that is responsible for that elimination as well. But now, as we're back into the top 5, we have TLS, we have Maldives, we have Jordan, we have Nepal Blue, and last but not the least, Team Pakistan.
Ooh.
The circle is going to go all the way towards the seaside buildings area. Oh my god. This is so like on the clever side for the circle that it's a majority of it is in the complete open. You are in the open, you stay out in the open. It's such a cheeky circle that of whether you have the cars or not, you're gonna be in a very difficult position whatsoever. Jordan clever, he kind of did a clever move, but not clever enough. He has been spotted. The shots can definitely hit him, but another clever move that he smokes it out. He makes sure that he is surviving for now. The random sprays are not approaching the guy. He is still staying alive, but just look at this. This is the open area that we're talking about. This is the open field that we are talking about in the circle, that no one's gonna be like safe from this.
I love the fact how Team Blue actually handled the situation. I mean, if you've seen the map feed just moments ago, Example was already onto the northern side here. They went on a split defense. Obviously, some of the team members coming from Team Blue was taking care of business up against the Team Pakistan, but they weren't really pushing. But Example was also keeping a close eye on those teams over to the right side of the circle and just getting all the information that they need so that they can gauge the situation and how they're going to approach, of course, the trade-off that's going to be happening in just a while. Coming off the kill feed, again, it was a clever shutdown coming from Nepal Blue, shutting, of course, one player from Jordan. And this is the importance of extracting those crucial information in terms of getting jobs done. I mean, they're not really pushing that hard, not aggressive in terms of kill points just yet, but getting the right knowledge on how to approach this type of battle is such a great display of skills and tactics coming from Nepal Blue.
It is. But as we're in the top 4, ladies and gentlemen, Example gets taken down by the hand of Naki. There we go. Team Nepal Blue. Situation is not looking that good for these guys at this point. So far, it is the Team Maldives with the 0 elimination. We have Team Jordan with the 0 elimination as well. Alliance is right now knocked down. Clever was revived. And now they're fighting against the Team Nepal Blue as well. The shot on the Nepal Blue's Delta is definitely there. The damage has been done. The player with the tap fire, Naki, is trying his level best, but Delta is going to shut him off. No, this is not looking good, as right now, Team Pakistan, not only they're going to be outside of the circle, but oh my god, he's going to take down Orpheus. IQ is going to take down Orpheus, and everyone. I love the fact that every single one of these teams, they have one of their player like knocked out or something at this point. But IQ is finally going to cook the grenade. He's going to throw it up, jump, throw, on the way. Second one goes over. Will it connect? Will it not connect? There's a bigger question coming around onto this proximity. One grenade connected. It did a small bit of damage. The second one did not as well. Another one maybe ensuing upon on the players. The player has been revived. He's going to go back on the prone side, and this grenade's just doing the damages, just doing the splash damages, not the knockouts. Another one goes over, but will it get a connection? The answer is no. Now it's Orpheus's time. Orpheus is going to throw that grenade on towards the side of the Team Pakistan. Naki is going to be down, and right with this, IQ is going to be the only hope for the team. Second guy has also been spotted. Orpheus, you need to get out. You need to shoot with the M416, and at the same time, IQ is going to do the same. Orpheus is going to be down. The third shot from the Admiral is coming on towards the way. All the sprays have been missed. IQ, the backstab. The backstab coming from the Jordan has given enough time. JOR has given enough time to the team Pakistan to not only heal themselves back to the 75% HP, but also revive their player.
Gyante was already able to level up his gears here, which is, of course, an advantage now that we are looking at the final 3 teams remaining. Jordan is still trying their best, giving everything they have to make sure that they survive this Stage 9, the final round here in Erangel. Delta, of course, keeping a close eye up against IQ. Cuba got late, getting knocked down by Naki of Team Pakistan. So both, like all 3 teams here that we have so far are eager to secure a chicken dinner for themselves. Of course, if Pakistan is able to get a chicken dinner for this round, it'll be their second chicken dinner. But for Blue of Nepal and, of course, Jordan, this will be their first. So who wants it more? Who wants it badly?
I mean, wasn't it the team Blue, Nepal Blue, that got the second winner with a chicken dinner of the day number 1? I'm not sure if I'm correct on that. I think it was Blue. I think it was Blue. But Pakistan has been eliminated. Second. And there we go. Nepal Blue, they're also going to have their second winner chicken dinner, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to have the winner chicken dinner. They took down the team Pakistan. They took down the team Jordan. And being on the number 1, they're going to have the 10 points for the winner chicken dinner for themselves. After that, it's all comes down to those elimination, in which case scenario, I think they have some decent points, 8, maybe 9 eliminations for themselves, and a total of 19 points. That's definitely going to like help them a lot, because we saw them. They were super close to the team Nepal Red as well, and this is the jump that they actually need against the majority of the teams as well to secure some of the major points.
Perhaps, yeah. I guess this is already their second chicken dinner. But then again, we're talking about 3 teams representing Nepal, so it can be a little bit confusing. But then again, I'm pretty sure that everyone is having a joyous moment, of course, making a lot of noise down there in the comment section, just because Nepal Blue, again, secured another chicken dinner for their country. And if we're going to be looking at this match's MVP, of course, it did not come from Blue. It actually came from the red side, which is, of course, Precious, putting up a total of 5 elimination points. And, okay, more or less like 45% of team contribution, which is, of course, a lot. 384 healing done. And when it comes to, of course, the damage, it's a total of 770, which is, of course, an incredible number so far.
This is an incredible number of the damage with the elimination, but another incredible number is his longest elimination distance that I do love to see. 27 meters. This guy is also one of those few players that in this match did not go for any kind of long range fight. He was like, okay, I'm going to take the fight right on the face, or I'm not going to take fight whatsoever. 27 meter is his longest elimination. That's, I think, one house to another house of a distance with the peak, with the red dot that you can like completely spray up and get those eliminations done upon on the players. That's what Precious has done. 45% of the contribution for the teams. Talking about the headshot ratios and everything, it is 28.57 on the heads, 57.14 on the bodies, and 14.29% on the leg that he has shot up on for his team at this point. Everyone that got in his way, he was 28% shooting on their heads. I think that's one shot on the head, the rest of them on the body, on the legs. That's what has happened, and that's the ratio that we're seeing at this point, because this close range, there's bound to be a lot of headshots.
I think before they exited the game moments ago, they were able to put up 11 elimination points, which is, I feel like, still a solid number. You know, it's already hard to actually get a point here, or like, yeah, an elimination point in this type of tournament, just because of the caliber of teams that we have in the lobby. Now, when it comes to the throwables use, because this is actually the part that we always really look forward to. A while ago in Sandhawk, it was just a total of 69, if I'm not mistaken, and now we're looking at triple-digit score, which is, of course, 118. Not the usual number that I'm used to, but perhaps this still can go higher, since this is just the first Erangel. We do have one more Erangel to go, and then 2 Miramars to cap things off. I'm expecting that 118, of course, will go even higher as we progress into the matches today.
Two matches are done. They are done, ladies and gentlemen. 19 points for the Nepal Blue, 14 for the Pakistan. Then we have Nepal Red for 11, 8 for Jordan, 8 for Syria, and 5 for Mongolia. That's the first chart. The second one goes over to Maldives at 4, Timor-Leste 4, Nepal White, Malaysia, and Indonesia with the 4 as well. Then we have Sri Lanka with 2, Bangladesh with 1, Lebanon, Vietnam, and Laos with 0 points whatsoever. These are the 3 names that got early eliminated. We saw them, and from that point onward, now from this angle, we can definitely see that, okay, some of these teams needs a lot of work. Some of them, they're keeping the consistency up, and in the overall ranking, as they will be going up and down on towards their momentum and their ranking into the overall like leaderboard, that's gonna dictate whether they need to like play it out on the safe side, a slow pace start, or they need a complete aggression. Because right now, a complete aggression is really needed for those who wants to like take those fights and get the number 1 position for themselves. Indonesia 96, Pakistan 76, meaning once again it's a 20 points of a difference. Yesterday it was 18 when we started today's matches. Now it's 20 points. So meaning Indonesia has secured 2 extra points more than Pakistan. Then we have Nepal Red. They have secured 70 points. And that difference against the team Pakistan, that was I think 8 points, 9 points. It has came down to just a measly 6 points.
Yes, and at this point, I think Indonesia was able to create a little gap, but of course, they shouldn't feel comfortable with this number. It is still possible for Pakistan as well as Red and Blue here to kind of make up for the points to try and catch up with them. But yeah, they're keeping, of course, their grip on the competition with 96 points here, and their ability to combine high eliminations with solid placement definitely has kept them untouchable for now. Okay, we're gonna highlight that for now. But with just 1 day left, of course, and just more matches for this evening, I'm pretty sure that they're going to continue on stepping onto the gas just to make sure that they maintain their lead in the overalls. But when it comes to those players, of course, that stood out the most for this match, it is still, of course, Malak Beek at the top spot, followed by Precious coming from Nepal, and then Federalis still part of the roster. We got T24 and IQQ representing Pakistan. So, yesterday, it was at least 3 players from Pakistan that are part of the MVP ranking. So I think the newly added player would be, of course, Precious of Nepal.
It definitely will be. It definitely will be at this point. But talking about all the facts and figurines, it is 2 players, once again, from the team Pakistan that has made their way up into the ranking. Yes, even though they are kind of like struggling into the very end of the areas, we can still see Malak Bek. He has not budged from the number 1 position. He is still there. 18 points, 32.98 of the total damage. Precious, he has came up. He was on the, I think at the very ends, number 4 and number 5. And within this match, because of how they played it out, they got on the hashtag number 2. Then we have Adralis, 17 points as well, 17 eliminations. Then we have T24 with 14 and IQ with 14. Yesterday, this team Pakistan had 11 eliminations for the 3 players, and now 2 of them has 14. But these 2 matches are concluded. These 2 matches have been done and dusted. Now, the second wrangle remains, and the 2 Miramars that are on its way as well for the players, for the teams that will happen. So, another wrangle coming up instantly means, Andy, that right now, whatever went wrong in this wrangle for a majority of the teams, like Indonesia, for example, they're definitely going to be trying to amend that.
Oh, yes. And of course, after the WWCD Shocker, Vietnam, I'm looking forward to see if if there's going to be a change in their drop location, or are they still going to continue to drop in a wrangle and challenge of Team Mongolia and take Pachinki for their own. But anyway, more action, of course, will be coming. Don't change or don't go anywhere else. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the PUBG Mobile Asia Showdown presented to you by ESAN. This is the Esports Association of Nepal, ladies and gentlemen, and with you guys for the match number 3 of the day number 2. This is Torix, and with me, it is the, you know it, everyone knows who she is. It is the one and only Red Queen Andy. Andy, welcome back, and the matches have been a delight so far. The 2 matches that we have witnessed, they were totally unexpected, and they were totally out of the window for every team.
Yep, and at this point, Torix, in the tournament, we're past the trial phase. Teams know who the threats are and who's struggling and who's playing the long game. But the biggest question heading into this match is, how do you adapt under pressure? So let's see if Indonesia still holds the crown after this match. Of course, the lead that they were able to make in the overalls is not untouchable. They already know that Pakistan and Nepal Red are just right behind them. So let's see if they can find an opening right here to dethrone the kings, the undisputed kings, rather, of this tournament for now. And the flag pad has already been revealed, ladies and gents, and it's a little bit favoring down at the bottom of the map here. So let's see who's going to be dropping at the military base, or perhaps we can see teams drop in Yasnaya, Rozok, School, and of course the much awaited trade-off between Team Mongolia and Team Vietnam down there in Pochinki.
Oh my god. It's kind of on the plain line that if the circle goes toward the northwestern side, oh my god, everyone's gonna struggle. Everyone's gonna struggle at that point. But you know who's gonna have fun? Us. You guys. That's watching, because everyone will be struggling and we will be watching the struggle with the fun. But no, it's not gonna happen. The circle's gonna go towards the somewhat close proximity of the plane line. Pochinki is kind of in the dead center,
man.
but oh my god, another early fight has ensued, and that's exactly happening this time around at the apartments. This is the apartment fight, ladies and gentlemen, that has actually occurred. Team Laos, they have so far got the 1 elimination for themselves. Lamborghini, in the meanwhile, he has also managed to get some knockdowns. But what?
Woo!
What is this?
Well,
what was that? I need answers. I don't need games. I need answers.
We've already seen a drop clash happen again between Laos and, of course, Indonesia. And Indonesia already knows what is at stake here. There are a lot of teams trying to catch up to their position. And if they lose this matchup against Laos, then I think it's already going to take a toll on them. But anyway, so far, Laos now displaying a total of 2 points. So that means that Indonesia already lost 2 of their members, which puts them at a great risk here. But I'm pretty sure that, you know, this is the opportunity Laos have been waiting for to take down yet another giant in this competition. So let's see if they can be successful in taking over this school area.
I mean, some players are just accepting their demise at one point. Some players are right now trying their level best to get those elimination. Indonesia is also struggling, one of the team that is kind of struggling at this point. And whereas only 2 players are remaining, we go to the Pochinki and we see Team Vietnam, Team Mongolia once again back into the clash, back into the early fight. And let's see who's going to win this out from this point as right now. But oh my god, QBZ, fatality, beautiful. Leviso has been taken down. I'd say you have enough time, enough opportunity right now to reload your QBZ and then go forward at this point. But there we go. The player not only got into the close range vicinity, but if anyone goes for the revival, he will be taken down as well. Fatality closing in on the right side. Lamborghini is residing at an instant. It is a Mongolia that's not going to be alive anymore. Lamborghini with the 2-1-1 for the rest of the players, and the knockdown player also got that revive. It's not the elimination. It's not the elimination of the guy. Vietnam is not only going to survive the 4-man standing, but they're going to completely obliterate the team Mongolia, or that was right in front of them.
Finally, revenge had been served by Team Vietnam down here in Pachinki, eliminating, of course, the rest of Team Mongolia. And now that was, of course, an easy, convincing 4 elimination points down in their pockets. And Vietnam will have, again, another opportunity to get their second chicken dinner of the day. That was such a swift and precise gameplay coming from Team Vietnam, which brings us down to 15 teams remaining. And of course, look at the situation. Back to the school area is still Laos, of course, versus Indonesia. ZMJJKK. Okay, a lot of letters in his name. It's going to be a tandem between him and Vox. So the important thing is they catch all of those signals, all of those hints as to where Laos will be coming from. But so far, they're sticking together. They're not going in for a pinch here. They're just moving forward. But we can understand the hesitation coming from Laos. Of course, they do not exactly know where they're currently staying from inside that building, and they don't want to be reckless at this point now that they've already gotten that advantage up against Team Indonesia.
I mean, that's the thing. At this point, Indonesia has no clue on what they need to do because that's first their angle that did not went good for them. They only managed to, I think, secure 1 elimination, and now once again in another angle. They're yet again struggling. Only the 2 players are remaining. They have no possibility of getting out of this area, and they just need to hold it down. But there's a third party on the backside. ELS. Oh my god. The third party can ensue, and it can actually potentially do a lot of damage onto Team Laos as well from this point onward. But Laos, you have to first go against Team Indonesia, get the fight completed before the third party can ensue on you guys. At this point, right now, Izzy Boy, Lizzie Boy, Noir, Beckham, and Honda, they're all the 4 players that are remaining. And inside the same compound where the Team Indonesia is right now residing, they're taking the fight on the school main building. They're taking the fight over towards that direction. William, as soon as he's going to show his face, that 3-time scope from the Scar L, it's definitely going to do a lot of damage upon on the player, but I'm really more concerned about the Team Indonesia at this point. Yes, they have the shotguns into their hands, but one thing still remains on towards the fact that the manpower, the disadvantage for the manpower, it's definitely there. Yes, you can take down 1, you can take down 2, but what about the rest of the 2 players? That they're going to be the one that may take you down, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Indonesia, they took down 2 of the players. 1 player gets taken down. That MJJKK is the final hope of the team. It's a 1v1, potentially, from this point onward. Team Laos, it's everything on towards these guys, and something needs to be done. The player rushes on. It is 1897 versus the S12K coming around on towards this premises. ZMJJKK, you have to go get that survival done upon on your own player. In fact, can you do that? Can you get that survival done as the other teams are actually getting that revive? But Champ is going to throw that grenade. Champ's grenade may affect the possibility of the revivals, but no, both teams have revived their players successfully. It is a 2 versus 2, and the third party has ensued. Champ grenade is finally going to take down ZMJJKK, and Vax 6C, he's the final hope for the team. He's the final man for the team. He's going to get that first aid kit maybe from his teammate. If he has any, then he needs to heal himself as soon as possible because the situation so far, it's not looking good as the player is super low in that HP and they're struggling. Talking about the Timor-Leste, they can definitely go forward, take the fight as a 4-man unit, but one thing that they have to know for sure is how they're gonna like oppress upon on these players, whereas there's not just 1 but 2 different teams, whereas one team, Indonesia, is down to 2 players, and the other team, that is Laos, they're back to the 3-man party.
Indonesia definitely will go for a micro gameplay here. They do have those shotguns, which is, of course, perfect for a CQC. Timor-Leste, they already know that there are 2 teams inside the building. They went in for a third party here, of course, to potentially shut down both of the teams and gather as much points as possible to improve their status in the overall rankings. And, of course, this is such a great opportunity for Timor-Leste, but let's see if they can actually pull that off. In the meantime, one of them is heavily injured. Mabu, if I read that right. He's pretty low in HP here, so that was a great counter coming from Laos. As for Team Indonesia, they're not making their presence felt. They're not making any sudden or rush movements whatsoever because at this point, they will just have to wait for them to come in within their line of sight and actually take them down.
I mean, I'm still waiting for the fight to actually occur. The other teams are fighting. You can see the kill feed. Sri Lanka, Syria, they're all taking the fight. They're all aggressing upon one another. Whereas the school building, it's not even remotely close to being over. It's remotely even being close to start at this point. Yusuf gets eliminated. It's all over for the Syria. Sri Lanka, they're going to have those eliminations for themselves from this point onward for elimination. Going back to the school apartment, we can see once again Timor-Leste waiting for the opportunity. They're still like holding down the fort, but as soon as they're gonna throw that smoke down, there's gonna be a knockdown. There's gonna be a knockdown. A havoc has ensued. ZMJJKK with the 1897, he's there. We have TLS Vox with that Molotov taking another player down. Oh my god. Team Timor-Leste. Now the situation has overturned. That's a one elimination coming around for the Timor-Leste, and now it's 3 versus 3 versus 2. Indonesia, they're not only surviving this area, but they're surviving it really good. But the wrong move, Beckham. Now you're going to be into the really difficult position where not only the Indonesia can jump on you, there's the Timor-Leste just chilling at the very bottom compound.
It's an incredible gameplay being shown right now coming from Team Indonesia, managing 2 teams here inside the building despite the fact that they're down to just 2 of their members. And now a little hesitation coming from Timor-Leste. A while ago, they do have the advantage up against 2 teams here, but the fact that they took a lot of time actually just penetrating and getting through those stairs and eliminating the players, they waited too long for this kind of gameplay, and now Laos just taking the opportunity, of course, to eliminate them as well. William already out of the game here. We got Champ on the screen trying to have a back and forth situation with Backham, but Laos still, I think they're thriving under pressure. You know, they're being patient, they're being resilient at this point. They're at the top of the building here and just really waiting for TLS to commit a mistake here.
I mean, we are waiting for that mistake to actually occur, and Noir, no, come on. That was a mistake right there. Team Laos has initiated the mistake, in which case scenario they got punished, but I'm really amazed by that MJJKK, how well he has managed to secure those 3 eliminations for himself. There's going to be a flashbang now. The rest of the teams is going to push forward, but we have Timor-Leste, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be the one holding down the fort. Walks, you beauty, getting those connectivities. Imagine if he had that first aid. Imagine if he had that full health on himself. He could have done so much more. He could have got so much more eliminations for himself, but that didn't occur. Timor-Leste is going to be the one responsible for the elimination of the Team Indonesia. Now Nepal Red, Team Pakistan, once again, this is the opportunity. Even Team Nepal Blue, this is the opportunity for them. But Andy, I just realized one thing. Look at the overall rankings. Pakistan 76, 70 for NPR. Nepal Blue 67. Then we have Vietnam with 37. That's a very big jump.
I mean, Team Vietnam have always been known for their late gameplay. It's always a slow burn, you know, for Team Vietnam. But of course, it's always a problem with them, like how they're gonna keep up with the consistency. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So let's see if they can actually improve more in terms of their status in the rankings here, and even overtake blue and red coming from Nepal. But what is exciting is the fact that, again, Indonesia had already been taken out from this round. And now Pakistan, they do have the chance to acquire as much points as they can to try and catch up and just like be at the tail end of Indonesia. This is a make or break situation for Team Pakistan. But right now we are already looking once again blue and white getting head to head here. We got Jiggle, of course, jiggling with all those bullets being sent his way, and an effective Jiggle, by the way, so far. Let's see if blue Nepal can actually push through, taking down the players of Nepal white.
Nepal White right now, ladies and gentlemen, on our screen with the fights and everything. So far, that's 1 elimination to their name. And talking about all the facts and figurines, the location that they have put themselves into against the Team Nepal Blue. I don't know if this fight should actually occur or not, because this is such a huge fight for the Team Nepal Blue. This can dictate whether they're going to have those 70 points for themselves, 70 marker of the points, or they're going to be eliminated from here if they take that fight. And at the same time, it's Nepal versus Nepal. It's not a different country that you're up against. We talked about this on the day number one. Nepal is fighting against each other at this point, and they're not fighting against the other teams. They're fighting amongst themselves. But Nepal Blue gonna take the grenade. Jiggle is gonna be down with a single grenade, and this give, I'd say, enough momentum for the teams to like push with the heavy artillery that they have, with the guns blazing. Go for the push, go for the rush, get those eliminations. IQQ still outside of the circle. Falak and the rest of the team, you can see they are close to the proximity where they can actually take the fight. The circle is going to go down towards the farm side, the south western side of the area. Mad Machine and the team Bangladesh all the way close to the proximity of the shorelines. We can see Rifa also from the northern side entering inside that circle, but Naki is going to be taken down. T24, now it's up to you to shoot down the player. Umabu is going to be down as well, and oh my god, this is a back-to-back. It's a trade-off coming around. Kevin low on that HP. That grenade, can it actually occur? Can it connect? The answer is yes, ladies and gentlemen. 6 elimination. Not a single casualty right here for the Team Pakistan.
Another massive performance coming from T24. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually gets the MVP title for this round, because he was able to bag 4 elimination points now under his name. And if he can continue more racking up some points, then really the MVP title would be his. Anyway, stage 4, 10 teams remaining, and we don't see any movement so far coming from both blue and white here. If we're going to be focusing on like Nepal Blue, how they're managing this tournament, I mean, placement is like what gives you the big points, right? And elimination is what keeps you in the race. Winning is winning, it's everything. And so far I feel like, for the side of blue here, consistency at its finest. They're not really aggressive towards like, or like maybe in the first few zones of the matches here, they really spark up the moment that we hit like maybe stage 5, stage 6. That's the cue for them to rack up those points. We don't see any hard push coming from blue and white, but if there's a team that needs to be a little more on the aggressive side, I can say that would be the white team.
I mean, a white team do need to like go for the aggressive stances. They don't have anything to lose, but they have everything to gain. 36 points to their name, and this can be the potential match if they manage to like go on the aggressive side. They can secure 10 elimination maybe, because they have the potential. They can secure 10 elimination, maybe 12, get into even the top 5. You're gonna be set for the match. You're gonna have a very decent number, amazing number of points. But here we go once again. The Team Pakistan is taking that initiative, getting another elimination. That's 7th elimination for their name. Bangladesh into the proximity, right close to the proximity of the team Nepal Red, and oh my god, this thing is not looking good. If Nepal Red, you're not careful, the Pakistan can actually like have much more points above, higher than you guys, more than you guys. So you have to be very careful on how you're going to take the fight against the team Bangladesh at this point and get those elimination points for yourself. But Domain, so far, he's looking at the proximity where the player is situated at. Naki's going to be taken down. And right with this, there's multiple aggressions, multiple like engagements happening at this point. We have IQ being taken down by the hand of Sri Lanka's player Lucifer. That's 2 down of the Team Pakistan, and slowly and steadily as the Team Pakistan is actually pushing forward. We can see Susti close to the proximity. Falak just proning down the Molotov, the grenades. They're definitely going to approach this particular tree. I would say it's definitely going to do the damage. It's definitely going to do the deed. Another player gets taken down at 2-4. It's all up to you, and I don't think you're going to be able to survive this one. Lucifer is going to take you down. It's all over for the Team Pakistan, giving enough time, opportunity. Once Team Pakistan, giving enough time, opportunity. Once
lion's share, which is of course the top spot. But so far, they still need to exert more effort, more work to make sure that they still climb up ranks in this point of the competition. Anyway, back to Blue here, ladies and gents. They are currently surrounded by at least 2 teams here. They are doing a massive gatekeeping up against Team Malaysia and another team coming from just actually in front of them. And here comes boys of Sri Lanka as well. And Gante, he's like going for a buffet here when it comes to like kill points. So I guess everyone is just really within their line of sight.
I mean, that's the thing. That's the beauty of, I would say, the circle, this PUBG. Because at any point in time, anything is possible. And Nepal Blue, so far, they are right looking at the Sri Lanka's player. The moment Sri Lanka went over towards that direction, they have been shot down upon. Their car have been rammed down. You can see how low their car's HPs are at this point. Delta, he's also shooting with the Nepal White. The grenades that will definitely be occurring from the backsides as well. But the shorelines is kind of safe for now. Not for long, but for now. As the players are still struggling to get over towards that direction, towards that particular location. But talking about Nepal White so far, it is Sky throwing all the grenades, all the utilities that could have potentially taken down the players. But JOR, Jordan coming into the view, getting a knockdown on Nepal Blue. That's a long-range knockdown. And if Nepal White knows which team they're up against, which team is close to their proximity, they can potentially rush on this. They can seize this opportunity to get more points for themselves.
Yes, I mean, obviously Nepal White does have that little portion right at the edge of the circle here, but it is still essential for them to take over that building where Blue is actually staying at. I'm pretty sure that Blue will make it difficult for them to even try to get that building out of their hands. In the meantime, we got Nepal Red Saitama on the screen here with a shotgun takedown up against Team Bangladesh, but coming off the kill feed, it's Precious as well, currently facing the floor, and Saitama, ooh, the helmet blew up into pieces, and now he is currently down on the ground as well, which puts, of course, Nepal Red in a world of trouble here. But Domain, do you still have time to pick up your teammate here? We're not talking about just like one teammate to get picked up, but we're talking about 2.
We are talking about multiple at this point, ladies and gentlemen. It's not just one, it's 2 different players that needs to be picked. There's Jordan in the back, Nepal Red. The situation is not looking good. Clever, you can potentially take down all the players that is right at that rock proximity. You can shoot at them, but we have to see if Clever is going to be able to spot the players down first. But oh my god, I kind of want to see this in the drone view because of the number of smokes that has been deployed over here. I can at least count 9 smoke grenades right into this frame at this point. But there we go, Lyth versus MY. Mika has been knocked out. Delta just chilling near the entrance of the door. The grenade is not going to approach the player, but Haidami, he's going to be low on that HP. Sky, he's also cooking. Let him cook. Let these guys cook. It is White versus Blue going on into the proximity. Sky's going to throw the grenade. Nobody's going to get hurt. Nobody's going to get hit. Sky once again going back once again towards the area. Rex in the meanwhile is going to take down Rush Bay. And these 7 teams, these 7 total teams, they're just waiting for the opportunity, as this opportunity is going to ensue. Haidami is going to be down. Giante's grenade is going to approach the situation. It's not going to affect anyone. It's not going to hit anyone. And Sky and the rest of the team, they have the potential, they have the possibility of getting that revive done upon on the players. But Nepal Red versus Rush Bay. Rush Bay has been taken down. Blue's example has been taken down as well. Oh my god. Red Precious versus Mad Machine. It's an instant confirmation. Delta, jump shot. Come on. Jump shot. Backside. It is White closing in. Front side. White closing in. And everywhere it's White and Nepal White closing in upon on the Blue. Situation has overturned. Nepal Blue is looking really great from this point onward. Sky, 4 bullets, 3 bullets on the Astral Pit. Jiggle is going to come down, taking down Giante. And now down to the last player. That is Example and Killer YT. It's all up to these 2 players. In which case scenario, I don't think it's going to be possible. Killer YT, you need to heal yourself back to 75% HP as soon as possible. To XMPL, it's all up to you 2. It's all up to these 2 guys to hold down the premises.
It's hard to see that two Nepali teams are actually going head to head at this moment as we speak. And now Nepal White had been
Ouch.
completely erased from the E-Wrangle map, which of course puts us to just 6 teams remaining here. Blue was able to survive that clash, however, it cost them 2 of their members. So let's see if chicken dinner is still possible at this point. In the meantime, we also got the red here. 2 of the players currently knocked down, Precious and Domain. It's Rex and Saitama all together going up against the team Sri Lanka. It's a little bit on the disadvantaged side for Team Red since they're working on just like 2 of their members, while one is actually trying to buy time for the rest of the team to recuperate. But of course, this is already inevitable. Sri Lanka going in for a push here. Saitama taking in some damage as well, but was able to secure 1 point for himself. Sluthy, or Susty, rather, right now has been deleted as well.
Another one down, Nepal Red. Precious Saitama. It's all up to you guys. And just look at the circle, look at the radius, and look at the amount of players that is residing in this small junction of the area. Precious is going to be once again taken down. It's all up to the last guy that is Rex. He only has the bandages. He's going to make down 1 player down. Grenade. The Molotov is going to go over towards that direction. Oh my god. He manages to survive for a tad bit longer bit of time. But come on. Get some first aid from your team member. Get some first aids. Not the throwables, but the first aids. You need them. And that's the demise of the team Nepal Red right here on the hashtag number 6. Ladies and gentlemen, 12 elimination for the team of Sri Lanka. Wait a second. Wait a minute. How is this possible? Did this happen? When did this happen? Because we saw a while ago nobody had this amount of eliminations, and suddenly this is the team that not only has 3 of their players revived alive at this point into the fight, but 12 eliminations for themselves.
Oh man, if I remember it correctly, Doom actually was part of the initial roster going for that MVP title. So yeah, maybe this is sort of a wake up call for Team Sri Lanka to step up their gameplay, and we are seeing that happen right at this moment. I mean, 12 elimination points is kind of a solid number to begin with in this competition. Let's see if Bangladesh can still pull off maybe another point for Shijan, but of course it can be hard to pull off considering the fact that he is all alone dealing with business here. But since Sri Lanka is busy, of course, having a conflict settled up against Malaysia, perhaps Shijan can pull off a sneaky move here and get an elimination point for himself, or maybe he can focus on longevity here and make sure he gets up until the final zone.
He needs to survive. That's one thing for sure. But that's the one elimination he's going to have. And that's a kill steal. That's an elimination steal. You are definitely going to pay for that. Oh my god. Get up. Get in the circle. Come on. No, he's just going to give his elimination towards the circle. Bangladesh out of the proximity, out of the zone, out of the game. And right down to the top 4, ladies and gentlemen. Nepal Blue example is also going to be taken down. It's all over for the team Nepal Blue. Lucifer and Jimmy from the Sri Lanka. We have a team MY with Firen, Trexie, Yuhai, and Mika, all 4 alive. We have Jordan with 2 as well, Tome and Lias. And these two are also one of the few players that has the potential to do a wondrous job, a wonderful job for themselves. But I'm more curious about Sri Lanka right now with the 12 elimination to their proximity. How well are they going to be able to like cement themselves into this area, take those fights, all those aggressive stances and everything? How well are they going to be able to like get more eliminations, or are they just going to get eliminated from this point onward? Because they can potentially let this MY and JOR take the fight against each other and just chill out there until the number 2 and do a third party, get the winner with a chicken dinner.
At this point, I think all the teams here are not feeling the pressure just yet to move a little forward. I mean, Jordan, it's a good thing right now that they do have that small compound to work with, but eventually, of course, they will have to give up that refuge and step into the line. Of course, but we got 40 more seconds to go before
on our screen. JOR, there's the MY, there's Sri Lanka, there's still like a 2 versus 2 versus a 4 scenario that's happening in Malaysia. Come on, are you able to like get some eliminations for yourself? Because Jordan, at the meanwhile, is kind of at the very corner of the area. The grenades, the throwables can definitely get the players down. A fire in, gonna take down Lyeth, and right with this, another grenade is gonna ensue upon on the players. That is Tome. Tome still survives. Wait a minute, he still survives. Finally gets taken down, and it's over. Team Malaysia is gonna have the winner chicken dinner for themselves for the match number 3.
Okay, for some time there, I was really nervous because it was such a cliffhanger. If in case we ended the game there, like we don't know who's gonna win the chicken dinner. But of course, we pushed through. It was Malaysia that was able to grab that chicken by the neck. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually their first chicken dinner for the tournament. And again, we've got Vietnam winning their first, and Malaysia. What we're looking for really in terms of like tasting their secret sauce for the chicken dinner is the consistency of that taste. How long are they going to keep up playing at this high octane gameplay that we are seeing from this teams alone?
I mean, this is one thing only the time will tell. Only the time will give us the answers for that from this point onward. We do have to wait out for some of the facts and figurines, the points to like actually occur, because for now the MVP is on our screen for elimination. 870 damage, 177 is the longest elimination distance, 508 damage taken with a healing done of 295, 66.67 contribution percentage, and with the 4 eliminations, meaning that he has done more than half the work for his team. The rest of the team may have had 1, maybe 2, maximum 3 eliminations for them.
Exactly. And moments ago, we were talking about, like teams, mid-table teams like Jordan, Malaysia, Maldives, and it's such a great win, for the side of Malaysia. They're hovering dangerously into the rankings here, and we were looking for that one explosive game that could change everything for them, and this is it, or this was it, rather, for Team Malaysia. And of course, we don't want to take away the spotlight from Saitama over here, aka Claw, I know you. 45% hitting the body, of course, 0 on the legs, so 54. Wow, this guy's pretty accurate when it comes to his headshots.
I mean, he definitely is. 50% of the headshot ratio. No legs, no arms whatsoever. Either it's on the chest or the head, right here, right at this for this guy, Saitama. He is the one punch man at this point for the teams getting those headshots connected. That's one bullet, man. It's all it's gonna take to get those eliminations. Total elimination of 57, 76 knockouts. Oh my god, that's a very huge number, where we get 57 elimination and 76 knockouts. That's a lot of revivals coming around. 72, 76 is the healing, throwables of 217, 2 airdrops, 8 headshots, and there we go. 33 rescues on its way.
Right, and of course, just as we anticipated, the number of throwables used in the game actually became higher compared to the previous one. So I guess, the nading system will remain a meta here when it comes to PUBG. And it's so great to watch, just because we can already tell just like which team has the most precision in terms of like throwing nades and going for those nade eliminations. And talk about precision, of course, Malaysia coming up on top here with 17 points. They are tied with Sri Lanka technically. It's just that Malaysia was able to get that chicken dinner. That's why they're at the first place, followed by Jordan coming in at third with only 9 points. So just 2 teams that ended the game with a double-digit score.
I mean, look at the double-digit number as well. 17-17. That's 34 right there. There's not a lot of teams aside from that. I think only a 20, maybe 20. Yeah, 20 teams. 20 players, in fact, remains from that point onward. But we have Nepal Blue, 8 for the Nepal Red as well. Pakistan with the 7 total points. Nepal White with the 5. Indonesia with the 5. 4 for Bangladesh. Vietnam with the 4. 3 for Laos. 1 for Maldives alongside of Timor-Leste. And 0 for Lebanon, Syria, and Mongolia. I'm really amazed to see Indonesia, even though they were at the disadvantaged position at the apartment buildings, they still managed to secure 5 eliminations before getting fully eliminated from that point onward. Pakistan had 7 eliminations, and these are the numbers, these are the names that are just coming up on the leaderboard with their sheer number of eliminations.
I don't want to talk about those teams that are currently at the bottom half section, right, in the leaderboard ranking. Of course, teams like Nepal White, Syria, Bangladesh, Maldives, they need a set of miracle match. Placement points are a little bit scarce on their side, and eliminations are also low. So at this stage of the tournament, playing safe again isn't really an option. So if we're going to check out the overall ranking, still Indonesia at the top here. They're the first team to actually cross that triple digit score. 101 is a solid point done by Indonesia, followed by Pakistan with 83, Nepal Red with 78, and 75 for Nepal Blue. And for the 5th place, we've got Malaysia coming in with 52. But if we're going to pay close attention to the gap that Indonesia was able to set up against the 2nd placer here, which is of course Pakistan, it's still an okay gap. It means that Indonesia still has a little bit of leeway, so to speak, to make some mistake inside the matches. But of course, that small wiggle room right there won't be enough if they continue on losing some battles right at the beginning of the match.
We're back to the square one, ladies and gentlemen. Indonesia and Pakistan has 18 points of a difference once again from this point onward. Talking about the rest of the teams, the bottom lines, Lebanon, I'm not sure what's going on with these guys. Still 8 total points towards this team name. They need a lot. They're struggling a lot, and they need to do something really fast, because the day number 2 is actually ending too. Precious finally taking Malabik off the chart from the number 1, getting his position cemented up there. 18 elimination, 3606 damage. Then we have T4 on the number 2 position. 18 eliminations, same amount of eliminations, but the damage is where the difference comes into the play. 3451, the average survival comes into the play with having more average survival of 22 compared to the 16 minutes. Malabik still 18 elimination, 3298, 19 minutes of survival. Naki with 16, 30,073 damage with 20 minutes of survival. Last but not the least, it is a Rex. Again, another one from the Nepal side with 18 elimination, 2877, 16 minutes of survival time. All the Nepal side, I'm seeing the survival time, they're getting somewhere between 16 minutes, maximum 17 minutes of average survival time, and this is not good. They need to get their survival high, because that means even a single elimination, if the other team gets higher than you into the overall MVP ranking, they're instantly going to take you off from the chart.
Oh, yes, definitely. And again, for Laos, Sri Lanka, Timor-Leste, and Lebanon, time is not on their side, sitting at 8 or not really 8, like a really pretty low score in the overall rankings. I mean, it's not really great for them to play so cautiously. It means that they are already watching the rest of the tournament from the bottom of the table here. So something needs to change again. We're already at day number 2 here, guys. We only have one more day to go to wrap things up for the for this ESAN tournament. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're going in for a break here. Please don't go away. It'll be a short one, so stick with us. We are now on match number 4 here, ladies and gents. Again, welcome back to the Asia Showdown, brought to you by Esports Association of Nepal, together with Red Queen and, of course, Torik, serving you the juiciest chicken dinner this tournament has to offer.
Oh, yes, it is the juiciest chicken dinners coming around for the teams. But, ladies and gentlemen, we are officially done with our wrangle parts. Now, the only two matches that are remaining are the Miramars, the one that comes into the barren lands where the chickens will be cooked underneath the land with all like the juiciest, the amazing sauces and everything. Okay, I'm talking about food. I'm going way too much into the food. But yes, the match is about to begin. Miramar is about to take the flight, and we were talking about all the facts and figurines on how Indonesia has been doing really great. They have been like consistent with their performance. Yes, the first wrangle was not that good, but they still managed to like squeeze out some decent points for themselves into the second wrangle. 5 eliminations. Pakistan had 7. But still, at the very end of the game, chicken dinners are what's going to matter the most for the day number 2. You need to have as much chicken dinners as possible. You need to secure those juiciest positioning points and those elimination points.
Well, we all know that this tournament was never meant to be easy here, Taurus. I mean, it was meant to test the limits of strategy, of course, skill, and mental resilience of the players. I mean, from the moment that the first shots were fired a while ago during the first match here, Indonesia definitely emerged as the titan of this championship because they were aggressive since day number 1 here, and they were able to carry that momentum back into day number 2 here. Still, the undisputed kings of the tournament. But of course, there are teams that are already catching up from behind. But then again, the question right now that I do have for myself and actually for you guys as well is how long can Indonesia keep the top spot in the leaderboards? So let's check out, of course, the teams getting ready, prepping themselves up to get into any engagements in Miramar. This is the first Miramar for day number 2 here, and I do see a couple teams already flocking from inside an area. Cruzevalle, we believe we have Indonesia and of course Sri Lanka, so a fight might definitely ensue in just a while. Malaysia, they have that particular spot all to themselves, so I don't think any contention will happen just yet. But in the graveyard, or maybe perhaps the northern side of the circle, it's going to be occupied, but down below Los Leones, I think it's going to be a place where teams will definitely rush into because this is the focal point of the safe zone.
It's definitely the focal points of the safe zone, but the plane line and the circle is not matching up. This is going to be a hard-hitting factor for a majority of the teams at this point, where they want to go towards the southern side, and the circle, like the plane line, was not allowing them, so they have to find some cars. They have to find some vehicles for themselves. El Pozo, it's just one team. Picado, on the other hand, that's where I can see 2 different teams that maybe into the proximity that can potentially take the fight. Yusuf has a pan in hand. Is he going for the pan elimination? Is he trying? Please don't do that, because the other opponent may have a shotgun, may have a DBS, may have an S12K against you. So be very careful on whatever you're going to do. And in fact, Surya, Yusuf, there is nobody into the same compound. You're completely chill here. Do not worry. They are in the backside, the big warehouse area, so the stadium side. So be careful, be careful, be careful with the windows and everything. But Satan, so far, I think he's AFK, but whatever we can see, Syria, the position that they are in, how they're getting their loot, how they're getting their arsenals, whereas on top of that, TLS, all together, 3 players together right here in this proximity.
Okay, so this is going to be a different terrain now. Rotations will definitely be brutal. So if like getting caught outside of the zone here could be a death sentence, considering just like how much meters, of course, you need to travel from point A to point B, just in case you've already dropped a little bit far from where the safe zone actually is. Snipers and DMRs definitely will become key players here. If you are a team that excel in long range fights, then you will have the upper hand when it comes to Miramar. Positioning is everything, of course. So if you do not have that high ground, then you're going to play catch up at this point. So perhaps just predicting what kind of pace we're going to expect coming from the countries here. Indonesia, Pakistan will definitely fight for control early in this game. So I do expect, of course, an aggressive start for both of the teams that I just mentioned. But coming off the kill feed, I think it was Pakistan that one player that got knocked down, or is it from TLS or not Syria? Okay, I think that was Lebanon and Sri Lanka having an exchange as we
Yeah.
speak.
It is. It is. The Lebanon finally stepping up, getting that first elimination and the second knockdown on its way. But still, we have to wait out for the opportunity, like the completion, the execution of this fight, because the initial always is good. The execution is where sometimes
Ooh.
Lebanon kind of gets struck down, and that's exactly what's happening once again. On the execution side, that's 2 down of the team of Lebanon in a single split second. Not only that, but Sri Lanka has also revived their players. It's 3 versus 2 now from this point onward. Waited in the front line. He is half on the HP side, so be very careful. Wait on whatever you're doing. Slowly and steadily approach the situation. In the meanwhile, Lebanon Zakaria has been eliminated. That's the second one elimination done. Sri Lanka 2 points. And I would say Lebanon, you have to leave this premises instead of taking the fight. I'm not sure why. Even when Lebanon sees that, okay, it's a no-go, they still go for the fight.
Yeah, and I think they're already just playing for experience here at this point. I mean, they are the only team with a single-digit score in the leaderboard, so I don't know what the plan is for Lebanon. And I mean, the fact that they missed to play in Sandhawk says a lot, for Team Lebanon. And looking at the situation here, Torix, I mean, Zakaria and as well as Easy have already been taken out of the equation here, so I don't know how long they're gonna last in this fight up against Sri Lanka. Doom obviously is hunting them down, sniffing the blood here and just trying to pinpoint where they will eliminate these 2 remaining players coming from the side of Lebanon. And of course, the kill feed is definitely lighting up as well. We've got TLS, Chipo getting knocked down on the ground by Syria. Yusef cooking up that nade. Umabu pretty low in HP here. They hook it. Oh my, he can get shut down. And there you go, an accurate nade coming from Yusef. Hence, Syria winning that fight.
Beautiful fight won by Syria right there, getting a full elimination on the team. Timor Leste has been finally eliminated out of the match. Then we're talking about once again Lebanon, whereas they are trying their level best to get some more casualties, some more eliminations, but oh my god, nobody even has the slightest of idea that wait is just waiting at the entrance of the door. You open that door, you are inviting death into your own house from that point onward. So be very careful of whatever you're going to do. And there we go. White is going to take down Doom. Doom out of the match. It's a confirmation. 2 versus 2 from this point onward. S12Ks, M249. Since these M249 wins it out, the Winchester 97. Will it get a connection? Will it get a knockdown on towards these players? Is a bigger question. The answer is no. The player from the Sri Lanka, Jimmy, he finally managed to take down the last guy as well, and it's full elimination with just the 2 casualties. Yes, it's a very big casualty number to you guys, but still, you are surviving, and from this point onward, you can pace your game onto a low pace side.
They've won the battle, but can they still win the war? I mean, Sri Lanka obviously emerged victorious from that clash, but then again, we're talking about 2 remaining players, and we are just at stage 1 here, so it could be difficult to go through all the squads remaining still in the lobby. Now, Indonesia, this is not the time for them to fight just yet, although we can see a team lurking just nearby, so perhaps we can see them collide later on. And speaking of that team, that would be the boys coming from Jordan, but I feel like, okay, for Jordan, they're just going to try and pass through, but from the kill feed, it's Vietnam. Levi's confirmation coming through, going up against Apex, and now he had been deleted from the game. 2 points right in the bag for Mongolia.
2 points right there, ladies and gentlemen. Mongolia securing more points, and they're going for the more points as well as the grenades. Making some kind of connection, a close connection towards the player. Not that close that, okay, it can get these eliminations for them. But once again, smokes the clouds, it will be deployed. Alex cooking that grenade. Fatality's grenade actually did a lot of damage on Alex at this point. I'm not sure what is up with these teams and their own grenades hitting their own players. For some reason, something needs to be fixed on that. Something needs to be done on these players for that particular thing. But aside from that going on, Alex Parajin is going to be able to take him down. And right with this, from the front lines, another player, Joshua, has been knocked down as well. Fatality, forcing himself in. It's M416 that can potentially get the elimination off, but the gun change is where the action is going to occur. You are going to get that elimination on you with that gun change. That single wrong move is enough to completely obliterate almost the team right here. That's one elimination so far that the team is going to have for themselves, but we still have to see if they're going to be able to secure more and more over here. Parajin, after that knock, he's just leaving out of the premises, and I would say this is a very fine choice of action that this guy has done, leaving the premises after the knockouts, after those damages that you have done, leaving the premises and changing your position. It's definitely a very W move.
And it's another fight, between Vietnam and Team Mongolia. This time it's inside Miramar. Now, can't exactly say if that was such a great win for Team Vietnam. Yes, they were able to take down a couple players coming from the team in Mongolia, but the fact of the matter is that we are just at stage 2 here, and they already have 2 casualties, so it can be hard for them to move towards the latter stages of the game as well. We're looking at 14 teams remaining. We still got Malaysia on the screen here. Now, there is another challenge for them to actually get through, and that is, of course, shutting down the opposition coming from those mountain ranges. And that opposition that I was talking about are the boys coming from Pakistan. So they do have that vantage point, and it could be easy for them to eliminate any player, any team from down below, just because it's easier for them to actually track them down.
I mean, tracking down is one big thing at this point. In this big of a lobby, in this big of a circle, tracking down is one big thing. But Vietnam taking down Mongolia right there, ladies and gentlemen. Mongolia has been eliminated. We are down to top 13 teams and 47 players. And this is just the stage number 2. This is the start of the stage number 2. Oh my god, it is the end. Stage number 3 is about to occur, and we can definitely see some more casualties may occur while rotating on towards the players, for the players, and the way I was expecting this lobby to go slow, super slow, it's not happening like that. It's definitely not happening like that. We are seeing a lot of casualties at the very start, and even right now, just look at the dispersion between the players, the distance between them, and the amount of fights that can possibly occur. Even outside of the blue zone, there is Izzy Boy that can potentially take the fight against the team at the point where they are holding their grounds. But in the safe area, in the safe zone, that's where the first fight, I believe so, is going to occur.
And we've got a lot of teams that might flock onto the south part area of the circle here, so that's probably where the next fight will ensue. So we'll just have to wait. But we have players coming from Syria getting knocked down on the floor here. Team Vietnam going for the reposition, and then Jordan coming into play, clever with that massive spray. And yeah, I think they will be flushing out these players coming from Syria out of that building. Right now, it's turning into a bloody fight. Clever just got down from that vehicle, getting ready to charge here, went in for that shotgun takedown, gets 1, gets 2. Man, Clever is on a full aggro mode as we speak.
Oh my god, the aggro is coming. Oh my goodness, it's so good. The eliminations into the kill feed, you can definitely see Team Laos, they're getting into those eliminations, they're getting those shots connected, they're also receiving a lot of damage on towards their own sides as well. So there's a lot of casualties going around. It's not just one thing, it's a multiple fights going around into the proximity. Jordan is one of the team that is into the proximity. They're kind of into the safe spot. There's no need for them to get into any kind of aggression so far. They can just chill it out. But Indonesia is another team with more than 100 points, more than 100 points. The only team that got more than 100 points for themselves is Indonesia right now. And with on top of that, the 3 eliminations, They are outside of the circle, receiving end of the blue damage. So one thing is for sure that they need to get inside that circle as soon as possible. Aside from that, talking about the Team Pakistan, once again, they're still on the number 2, and they are also waiting for the opportunity that can present itself towards these guys for them to actually overtake these teams. They're just waiting, I'd say, for the Indonesia to like slow down their pace so they can start pacing themselves up from that point onward.
One slip from Indonesia definitely could shift everything. Obviously, Pakistan already at 83 points here, Red Nepal at 78, so it's close to that 101. And the fact that the gameplay coming from Indonesia is kind of slowing down, so perhaps the one that we were talking about just moments ago about them being on a high octane gameplay right at the beginning, since day number 1 here can be exhausting at some point, so they do need to breathe at some point in this competition. So again, endurance will be tested, and of course they're not just physically or like physical stamina, but also mental stamina. Again, going through a lot of matches in a day can take a toll on a player here. So let's just check how long Indonesia can keep their top spot now that we are at day number 2 and second to the last game at this point. Now, Vietnam just a while ago proved that they can shake up the tournament, but their challenge isn't over just yet. They need another breakout match to stay in contention. But then again, we're talking about 2 remaining players for the side of Vietnam. So I hope they can focus more on longevity at this point before they get into any engagements. Just make sure they acquire enough placement points to kind of still maintain their position in the leads, or at least get a sort of an improvement. But judging by the situation, I can see that Team Pakistan has already gotten a whiff of the fact that Lamborghini is right at the foot of the mountain here, and Pakistan, they know that someone will like emerge or like get into their line of sight eventually. It's just a matter of time here before Lamborghini gets spotted out.
I mean, it's everything's a matter of factor of time. Whosoever is going to be spotted out this out in the open, he's definitely getting a lot of shots. I know for a fact that it's not like how you get eliminated, how you get knocked out. In fact, it's where you get knocked out that determines whether you're going to survive, whether you're going to be like a liability for your team or not at one point in time. So you have to be very careful of the choices on whatever you're doing, that you're not making your team liable for your points as well. You have to like wait from that point onward. You have to like secure some decent number of points before you can like start doing that kind of like moves where you can like go for the fights, go for the aggressor. And yeah, the 50k NPR is sounding delicious for the teams. It's a definite very decent number of prize pool for just a player, but you have to make sure that not only you're getting that, but also on top of that, you're also making sure that your team is also winning. It's not just you, it's your team that's gonna matter as well when going for the long range games.
Exactly. So let's check out what is happening with Vietnam. Lamborghini takes a shot coming from not Pakistan, but Nepal White this time. So let's see if it can still get picked up by Patagon, who is, of course, rushing towards where his teammate is. But, of course, Patagon needs to take care of the business up against Sky. He held on to his FOK, going for that trade up, dancing it off. And now Sleepy was able to put that nail in the coffin. And that's it, for Team Vietnam. Stage 4, but they did exit the game with 5 points. It's not a solid number, but it's a decent number that they can work on, still improving their status in the leaderboards.
I mean, any point is better than no points at this point, so you have to make sure you're getting at least some points. You're making some effort for yourself. But Nepal White, close to the proximity of the Team Pakistan at this point. 2 seconds, 1 second, the stage is going to close. And once again, Team Pakistan, in fact, and the white is actually in the circle. The circle shifted all the way towards the western side. Now, Falak, you need to look back. Naki, you need to look back towards this angle so you can see, you can find out where your opponents are at this point. You have the upper advantage of the area. You have the upper advantage of the mountain, and you can definitely go for the aggressive stances from the mountaintop. But you have to be careful on the fact that yes, there are more teams, multiple teams into the proximity as well that can do a third party off angle shot at you. Maybe you're the one that's going to be taken down as you go for the rush upon on the players. So these are all the crucial factors and figurines that stops one team from like over pushing at one point in time. But Nepal White, they're not stopping. They're getting some more shots connected upon on the players. They're getting the damage, but not the connectivity. It's not the elimination that's happening. It's not the knockouts that are coming on. Imagine if a single knockout even come. Will the team Nepal White go for the rush? The answer is no. At this point, they are so wary of the surrounding that, okay, they're only going to be able to deplete out their opponent's helmet and vests at that point. They're not going to be going for the complete elimination. But there we go. Nepal Blue, Gyante, he manages to get a knockdown. Now, this is the right moment of time. Will they go for that aggressive stance? Will they go for the rush on Malaysia or not?
Yep, Pakistan definitely is the closest team to snatching Indonesia's throne, but they need something big here, and that means that they have to go through Nepal Blue, Malaysia, since those are the teams that are currently surrounding them at this point. Of course, Myanmar offers them, like the perfect scenario, and right now they do have that better vantage point compared to the rest of the teams I just mentioned a while ago. If they can dominate high ground positions, capitalize on long-range engagements, and control rotations, then they could really tear Indonesia's lead apart. Now, we've seen a little bit of aggressive spray coming from Sleepy of Nepal White, but those are, I think, just letting Pakistan know that we are here to challenge you guys for that position.
I mean, isn't that everybody's momentum right now? They're here to challenge every single team. And the position that Team Pakistan has actually put themselves into, it's a really decent one. And everyone has been trying to get that one for themselves. But Indonesia, you sleeks. Oh my god. Look at that sleek move. Not only he was over there in the air for a little bit of time, he changed his seat. He got that shotgun connected upon on the player, not the spray. A shotgun, straight up, one bullet, one shot, one elimination right there for the Indonesia side. That's 6 elimination that they're gonna have because of that.
Well, I wasn't talking about the position in the overall ranking. I was talking about the position getting that vantage point up into the mountains. But anyway, getting back into action here, we've got example coming from Blue of Nepal challenging up again another Nepali team. Now it's the red team. We got 1 casualty. Pressure's already out of the game here. So let's see if Nepal Red can actually win a fight up against the blue team, who have been consistent right from the get-go. Let's see if this formula still will work out for the side of the Team Blue.
I mean, this is one thing we do have to see how that is actually going to affect the Team Blue. And on top of that, the other teams as well. Because right now, Team Nepal Red, they're rushing upon on the blue. Blue is receiving a lot of heavy artilleries and those Molotov, those grenades. If they're even on a single point in time, that can potentially take down 3 of the players of the Team Nepal Blue at this point. So Rex, you have to be very careful on whatever you're going to do. But Red Domain is going to be taken down. Rex, he's not going to cook any grenade. He's going to throw the smoke. So he's going to make a path of the smokes. But the Molotov came into the view as well. The grenades are coming for these guys as well. In the meanwhile, there's the Team Pakistan versus the Team Nepal White, and in which case scenario Nepal White has completely been eliminated. Malaysia is also receiving a lot of damage from the Team Pakistan as well. The cars are coming on. Nepal Blue versus Red. It's Blue versus Red. 2 players are down. Rex closing in, but down by a Golden Mirado right there in an instant. Team Nepal Red, the chances were looking so good for them, but in an instant it all shattered.
That's a deadly Midas touch coming from Nepal Blue. And the great thing about this situation is the fact that they can still be a full squad up to this point, because Gyante, okay, maybe not anymore. I think they're going to let go of their comrades right here, since they are pretty close right at the edge of the circle, and there's a lot of teams headed towards their direction as well that needs taking care of. Delta went in for the massive spray up against, of course, Maldives right here. But let's not forget that we still have the boys from Bangladesh who's actually right down there in the middle. But cannot really say that it's the best spot for Team Bangladesh since they are in the middle and they could be that juicy patty in a sandwich between these two giants.
I mean, that is true. That is true. Talking about like this, I mean, that's definitely a possibility going on. And oh my god, what is going to happen from this point onward? We do have to see on the fact that how the teams are going to be able to play. But there we go. Malaysia has been eliminated right here in this point. Pakistan is going up for the Team Indonesia's fight. Oh my god, a one knockdown. S12 came to hand. 2 grenades on towards the Indonesia's hand. Let's see if any grenade is going to get on the connectivity side. But oh my god, they have been instantly stopped down with a single grenade. Indonesia, Malakubek alongside of ZMJJKK. It's only a single guy. ZMJJKK down to the last person standing. 11 elimination towards the Team Pakistan. This can be the potential. Oh my god, number 1 position for the Pakistan. If they manage to take down Indonesia from this point onward, Indonesia, you have to be very careful if you want to hold down your fort. If you want to hold down your number 1 position, you have to be very careful on whatever you're going to do. But IQ is on the front lines. There's a guy maybe given that revive towards the Falak, but we have to see. We have to be sure if that revive is actually happening or not. But the answer is no. Falak is getting some grenades thrown at him, but no connectivity whatsoever. So still, there's a possibility that the player can still stay alive. There comes Naki. He's gonna go for the revive. IQ cooking that grenade once again, but no connectivity whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen. ZMJJKK, let's see. That grenade is definitely gonna go towards the player, but that grenade can actually it was all Indonesia eliminated by the Team Pakistan, and 13 elimination towards these guys. Oh my god, 87 plus 13 right there. That's 100 points. This is the potential for the Team Pakistan right now to secure that number 1 position into the second last match of the day, number 2.
It's not a chicken dinner moment just yet, but again, it is in Myanmar where Pakistan put Indonesia, of course, on a halt there at getting a chance of securing a win for this round. But of course, let's see what's going to happen now that we are at stage 7 with 14 remaining. Eddie with a massive spray up against Rifa, but kind of missing the opportunity to shut him down. It's a good thing for Rifa though, because just in the nick of time, he was able to actually dodge those bullets coming from Eddie, but I think his position had already been compromised, not just for Maldives, but for the other surviving teams as well. Now, this is a chance, again, for Pakistan to get the WWCD in Myanmar.
I mean, this is the time. This is the time for the Team Pakistan, because already they're super close to the proximity of the points. The 30 points, 18 points that were actually happening against the Team Indonesia, it's all like shattered in a single moment with the Indonesia's elimination. Now, on the equilibrium term, surviving is going to be enough to maybe take down the Team Indonesia from the number 1 position. But there we go. Maldives is coming with the Team Nepal Blue, getting those eliminations for them. There goes the Maldives down by the hand of Naki. 1 player down. Nitro is on the low HP side. We have Rifa, we have Admiral, we have Eddie, as the rest of the 3 players trying to like cement themselves into the position where they can have to like go against all of these players to get those shots, get those eliminations connected. But Rifa closing in towards the players. This can be detrimental. This can be potential elimination. But Admiral super low on that HP. Nitro has been eliminated right there. Team Pakistan is kind of scattered. You can see 1, 4, and 3. The numbers on the mini map, they are scattered, but they are in the circle. Oh my god! A grenade comes in. Admiral gets taken down. That's Falak for you. With the grenade, he manages to get a knockdown. The second one by the hand of Naki. Oh my god, those off angles are coming in for the clutch. IQ, I'd say he's waiting for Eddie to show his face so that he can like actually take the fight against him.
For now, Eddie's just watching Pakistan destroy Maldives, and now this is going to be the end game for Eddie here coming from Bangladesh. But let's see, maybe he can pull off a miracle here and just go for that massive clutch. But here comes IQQ after the nade, went in for the charge, and there goes the nail in the coffin. Once again, Pakistan undeniable, undefeated, and of course unstoppable for this round, securing that winner chicken dinner. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Oh my god, 13 all the way up to 16, a 17 elimination, I would say, for the team Pakistan at this point. And on top of that, the chicken dinner, that's ramping it up to 27. Oh my god, that's a holy moly point number right there. 27, and it's gonna affect so much into the overall leaderboard for the team Pakistan, for the rest of the teams, for the team blue as well. But we have the longest elimination distance for Falak of 69 meters. We have 7 elimination, 981 damage, 303 healing done, out of which he took the damage of 278. 38.89 contribution. Even with the 7 elimination, he only contributed less than 40%, meaning every player did something.
Yeah, it's like, show me the money. It's just looking for really some accurate shots to be done inside the battlefield, and of course he is leaning towards, of course, his teammates to get that information to him, and Falak, of course, always gets the job done. But I think there's a little yeah, a little error on the screen here. Okay, we are seeing a lot of zeros, but of course we know
with the grenades, Andy.
Yep, I'm pretty sure.
We're not seeing anything.
Yeah, a little error on the production side, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see the amazing stats set out by Falak in just a while. But there is no doubt that he got that MVP title, of course, just because of his prowess and sheer dominance, of course.
Oh my god. That's 61 elimination, ladies and gentlemen, into the summary with 60 knockouts, 72, 92 of a healing. Then we have a throwable used of 182. And alongside of that, we have 2 airdrops, 15 headshots, 15 rescues, and 334 is the longest elimination of a distance.
Yep, and judging by how actually Pakistan won the WWCD, they prove that they are not just contenders here, they're definitely challengers for the throne. I mean, Miramar is one of the toughest battlegrounds in the tournament, so where rotations are definitely brutal. Of course, third-party fights are inevitable, and positioning can make or break a team, and Pakistan played it perfectly, hence getting that 28 massive points here for this round. Of course, Indonesia is not far behind, coming in at second place with 12, Maldives with 10 here, and it is a tight competition at the top. We will definitely see some kind of tug of war happen between Indonesia and Pakistan when we talk about who gets to be at the top spot.
Wait, I thought it was 17 elimination. No, this is 18 elimination, 28 points. 12 for Indonesia. Just look at the dispersion, the difference between the points. After 28, all the way down, 16 less points. He goes down to 12. Then we have Maldives with 10 points, Nepal Blue with 8, 7 for Bangladesh, Jordan for 5, Vietnam with the 5, alongside of Syria. Then we have Sri Lanka with the 4, 2 for Malaysia, Nepal White, Mongolia, and Lebanon. 1 for Nepal Red this time around. They didn't get that much of those points for themselves, but the 2 teams, Laos and Timor-Leste, they couldn't get even a single point secured for themselves into this match. Going into the overall, ladies and gentlemen, oh my god, Indonesia is still on the hashtag in number 1, but with just a measly of 2 points of a difference. 1 game, some eliminations are all it's gonna take for the other team to like cross over you at this point. The difference is super low. It's a negligible. Pakistan with 111 points. We have Nepal Blue with 83. And on top, the top 3 teams, the one thing is common is that all 3 of them has double chicken dinners.
Oh, yeah. And after 9 matches here, Turks, Indonesia, and Pakistan are definitely neck to neck, separated by just 2 points here. And again, this tournament is no longer about dominance here. It's about survival. I mean, the fact that Pakistan was able to catch up with Indonesia, they mean business here. They are set on a mission to actually get on the top and dominate of course, the entirety of this tournament. Who gets to be at the top spot? I guess we will find out. Well, come in day number 3. But right now, Indonesia needs to come up with a much more effective plan on shutting down the biggest threat that they have, which is, of course, the boys of Pakistan.
Oh my god, it is 1, 2, 3. Noki, IQ, T24, 20-19-20, 37-96, 38-19, and 38-64. Then we have Malabik. 21 elimination, highest one in all of this chart. But the damage is where the things kind of get a little on the low side. 37.89 and 19 minutes of survival time. Ferals, we have 20 elimination, 16 minutes of survival time, 34.91 damage right there. But 3 back-to-back on the Pakistan side. Oh my god. Things have just got more interesting because Malabik was on the #1 spot, like on the MVP ranking for so long in today's matches. Having a different name and having all the different names into the action, it's definitely refreshing.
I mean, wow. I'm loving what is happening, and of course, the story that is unraveling for this tournament. Again, Indonesia started off really great. You know, they were the undisputed force, stacking up 7-3 elimination points and 40 placement points just to stay ahead. But then again, Pakistan has matched them blow for blow now sitting at 111 points. Again, that's just too shy of Indonesia's lead. And again, one more game could flip the rankings completely. So I do wonder if Team Pakistan can replicate that kind of play style back into the second and the last Miramar for day #2.
I mean, it's about time for these top two teams to like know that as soon as you're gonna be eliminated and the other team is still alive, it's over for you. It's over for the #1 position for you. Whether it's the Indonesia, whether it's the Pakistan. If Pakistan gets eliminated early on, meaning Indonesia will secure more points and make up the difference once again against the Team Pakistan. If Indonesia gets eliminated, that's an easy entry for the Team Pakistan to be on towards the #1 position. But yes, the last match is finally going to happen. The last match is all it's going to take for this to happen. But before any of that can happen, the final match can begin. We will go on a short highlight break. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Stay here, stay connected. We'll be right back.
All right, this is it. The final match, the final battlefield, the moment where everything is, of course, decided for day #2 of the Asian Showdown. Again, this is brought to you by the Esports Association of Nepal. You guys are with Red, Green, and Torix, of course, your casters for this tournament.
Oh, thank you so much, Andy, for the wonderful welcome. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, the final match is about to begin. The final match is about to start. And the way this last match actually occurred, the domination, the destruction, chaos, it actually fell down on towards the teams and everything. It was amazing. Starting from the very first circle all the way down to the very last. I was expecting this game to go a little bit on the slow side, but no. My expectations were not met with that. They were completely destroying everything. Every single team was kind of getting into some kind of fights. One knockdown, two knockdowns. It was all happening. And now it's time for the final Miramar. How will the teams play this final Miramar of the day number 2? Is it going to be the same strategy that we had into the previous Miramar, or something is going to be changed? One thing I can say for sure is the plane line has changed. First, it was on the northern side from the Tierra Blanca all the way toward the trailer park. Now, from Impala all the way close to the Ladrelia area.
And again, Indonesia already knows the pressure here, Torix. They know Pakistan is definitely coming here. Pakistan knows what is at stake, and they know that this is their moment. One good match for this final round, smart rotations, one clutch play. That's all it takes to turn this tournament upside down against Indonesia. And now teams again are trying to prep themselves up. It's not like the same flight path that we've seen earlier, but it is pretty close to that one. I mean, Los Leon is still right down there under the flight path, so I know that there will be teams that will definitely occupy one of the biggest areas that we have in Myanmar. As for the other teams, most of them I can say headed towards the north part section of Myanmar, while the Bangladeshi opted to go for that vehicle gameplay first to make sure that they have cars, of course, to go from point A to point B. But the circle went up north, so yeah, we have plenty of space coming from the north side. But when it comes to, of course, the blue side here, which is of course Nepal, they're going in for an engagement right off the bat, and one of them is currently knocked down on the ground, and that will be Delta. So let's see. I mean, it's a good thing they were able to get to the guns first, but this is a back and forth trade happening at this moment, and this is not looking too good for not just one team, but for both of them.
I mean, it's a back and forth, and I even saw one guy full of spirit just getting his knife out and rushing up on the guy. That was a hilarious moment. But Surya versus TLS is also taking the fight. So far, it is blue versus white, and we do have to see if KYT is he gonna go forward. Mini 14 on the reload side. The player is getting that revive. In the meanwhile, let's see if those shots from this small of a crease is actually going to affect the player, is actually going to take down the player or not. But Surya has finally been eliminated right off the very bat of the game. They're the first one to lose their life, get eliminated right there. Satan got eliminated. Then we have MN Apex versus
not even like given much opportunity for white to charge in right in an instant. But then again, white was able to take calculated risk and was able to push forward, hence defeating the Nepal blue, just because of the fact that both of the teams hasn't really gone through all of those buildings, wasn't able to get enough attachments and first aid kits. So technically speaking, they don't really have anything to defend themselves with. I mean, sure, they do have weapons, but I don't think the ammo was enough, and I think that was one of the contributing factors for the blue side to actually get eliminated from that clash. But that is a much needed win for the white team.
I mean, every win is really much needed for the white right now, judging from their position on the hashtag number 7. They're still not eligible to get that prize pool factor for themselves, even if they get eliminated right here. They still need to have a position into the top 5 if they want to secure the prize pool. But Vietnam so far against Team Jordan, there goes the shots. The UMP-45 is going to take one player down, but instantly Nada T is going to come into the clutch, take the player down. It's an instant confirmation. Now reviving on the staircases. Haitham closing in, maybe on his buggy, but no, he's actually leaving the premises. Okay, a very amazing move. They know when they need to leave the premises, they need to get out of there as soon as possible. They know that fighting over here, it's gonna be like pointless and maybe more bloodshed on them rather than they can get on the team.
Okay, so again, we're waiting to see if Pakistan can replicate the aggression from the previous Miramar. Just because of the fact that they're already at 111 here, so just 2 points before, of course, they get tied with Indonesia. If they perform better than Indonesia for this final round, day number two, then there's no doubt that they can get the top spot here. Um, um, I guess Indonesia right now is feeling the struggle, the pressure, and of course their vulnerability for this tournament, just because of the fact that I guess most of the teams, if not all, are really taking their aggression up a notch here to make sure that they remain competitive inside the game. I mean, that's absolutely one of the goals here. But then again, we're talking about like 5 placements that will get a share on that prize pool. So it's, of course, very important for you to rack up enough points to make sure that you belong in the top 5.
Well, most certainly, you have to make sure that you are one of the team that is in the top five, if not anywhere at all. You have to be into the top five to secure that positioning, that prize pool factor for yourself. But right now, on our screen is Team Pakistan, and Naki alongside of IQ. They're in a separate car. They're moving away. But oh my God, is that Indonesia? The top two giants once again close to the proximity. And please, come on, go for the fight. I kind of want to see this giant clash happening. For the number one spot, and I want this fight to happen amongst these two teams right on the face, so we can have like, okay, this team actually took that throne away from this team by eliminating them.
You know, Indonesia, we are already seeing kind of a slowdown in terms of their pace. And yes, it could be a great thing if both the teams here, the top 1 and 2, go at it at this early on. But here comes Ray Z, just as we were talking about, it just did a massive spray up against Falak. But since it is a moving vehicle, could be hard for his target to get shut down. But then again, that is already the declaration that we have been waiting for, that they are interested to take up a fight up against the Pakistanis. Of course, they do have that high ground advantage. They have already gotten some information. They're gauging the situation, whether or not it is safe for them to get into a fight as early as stage 1. But of course, a lot of options. They can wager on that one. But then again, they could also focus on the fact that maybe, just maybe, collect some placement points first before they get to acquiring elimination points for this final round. I mean, their position is hanging on the balance here.
I mean, if we're talking about the positioning point, I don't think it's going to be possible for the players at this point, mainly because we have seen how, like, till the very end the teams actually play this match. And even on the stage number 5, stage number 6, usually we sometimes see like more than 11 teams, more than 12 teams alive. And if that actually occurs right here, that instantly means that, okay, the chances for that positioning points, it's going to be negligible. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have the map, and the map, the plane line, the circle, in fact, is going to go somewhere into the centralized position. So the teams, the position that they have put themselves into, it's a really decent one for now. But one thing we do have to know for a fact, and the situation is that all these teams, in a single short while, it's not going to be a matter of factor of positioning. It's a matter of factor of time. You're going to be forced to move from one place to another, maybe at one point in time, and that may just come into your demise from that point onward. Be very careful on whichever surrounding you're into, because there's always a third party lurking around.
Okay, 2 down onto the side of Laos here. I'll make that 3 now. I mean, definitely this would be the opening, the perfect opening for Maldives to kind of just charge in and get the job done. But they are letting, of course, the boys of Laos to recuperate in this situation, picking up their teammates here, hence again losing another chance here to really seal the deal. So there's a chance for Laos to defend themselves back again, since they are about getting ready to prep themselves up into the action, of course, that we all anticipate to happen. Getting back into Pakistan, we got Falak back on the screen here, taking care of business up against Sri Lanka. Lucifer down on the ground here with a DBS, just waiting for that right opportunity, of course, to shut down anyone coming from Pakistan. And now Lucifer, feeling the inferno here in Miramar, is getting a bird alive. Falak getting in some damage as well, but the fight continues on. And Susti took a nade on the face here. Jimmy is responding with an aid himself. But we're talking about two active members for the side of Sri Lanka. And when we talk about aggression, definitely Pakistan is showing all brute force.
Oh my god, they are going for the brute force. That's 2 down of the team Sri Lanka at this point. The grenade is being cooked by the hand of Naki. This will go forward. This can potentially go forward and get that. Oh my god, the player has been revived. The player is coming on. Susti low on that HP, but Jimmy is going to be finally taken down. The other guy is also being taken down as well. Falak low on that HP. Just a slither of HP. Silver line HP. He needs to heal himself as soon as possible. Do not go for the loot. Come on! Get that healing done before you go for the loot. Take the heal from your teammates instead of looting the crate out in the open like that. This is not something that the team should be doing, but I mean, they are confident right now and they can do it at this point without any issues, maybe. But yes, officially on the our kill leaderboard, point leaderboard, we can see that Pakistan has taken away the #1 position from the team Indonesia.
Yep, and Indonesia obviously is playing more on the passive side to make sure that they acquire enough placement points here. I mean, even if they land at second place, it will be an absolute 6 points under their belt just because of their survival time. But in the meantime, of course, yes, Pakistan already at the top here. But we don't want to jinx anything just yet. Let's see if they can continue on playing at this kind of pace here. We've still got a lot of teams to deal with for this stage. It's too early to say if their aggression alone can actually chicken dinner win. In the meantime, we're talking back here going to Vietnam, but it's only back him taking care of, and they're huge. Easy as 1, 2, 3 with Lamborghini taking the under his name.
Lamborghini, beautifully done. This guy is going good as doing those eliminations and those points. But I'm really glad to see this team like perform really good as with 5 eliminations to their name. It's a really great start for this team as well. But they are close to team proximity of the team son at this point, and we do have to know, we do have to see what's gonna happen from this point onward. The team are expect to play this thing up from this point on. We're closing down and damage for the player to the confirmation. That is true, but talking back into the game, Pakistan is down to the last guy. Oh my god, we left them a while ago with a 4-man, 3-man, okay? And now they're suddenly down to the very last guy, that is IQ. He is driving away from the premises, and situation is not looking good. He needs to like make sure that he survives. He survived from this point onward. Team Indonesia, so far they have the 4-man standing, and the position that the Pakistan is going to put themselves into is the compounds, whereas the team Nepal Red is into the close proximity. There's the team at JOR. Jordan is in the close proximity as well. And the grenades, throwables, it definitely can affect these players, can affect these teams. So we do have to see how Pakistan is actually going to be able to hold this premises down for themselves, because everyone into the area knows their position. I want to see Lebanon too, because Lebanon is so far still alive into the game, and they are 4-man standing. But Nepal White, ladies and gentlemen, they have an airdrop looted for themselves. They got the airdrop guns, maybe the level 3s, all those things for themselves. But we have an 8T. Fadl at this point getting those knockdowns on Lebanon. As soon as I said the name, the team got knocked out. Oh my god, before we are talking about all the thing that is happening, it is the fight that is going to ensue. Lebanon is there. There is MN with 31 points so far, with two players still standing into the game. We have Sri Lanka with 1 elimination so far. Sri Lanka is down to the last guy as well. Then we have Vietnam with the 5, Nepal White with the 8 elimination. That is a very huge number. Then we have Maldives, 1 elimination. Jordan with the 0. Team MY, Malaysia, they have the 3 eliminations as well for themselves. But 11 total teams are still alive into the game, and I'm super curious to see how well are they going to be able to take this fight for themselves, how they're going to be able to get all those points for themselves from this point onward. I'm so focused on Indonesia as well, how Indonesia is actually going to play it up and secure more points, because it's only a difference of single point. It's a single point difference between them and the team Pakistan into the overall leaderboard. But Indonesia's 1 player is going to be taken down. We are seeing some casualties going around back to back into the areas. Parajin versus the Lebanon's Fatal. Fatal gets knocked down. It's a confirmation this time around. Parajin closing up as well. Zakaria in the front line. But going on to the Lebanon, Wait is here. Sleepy on the long ranges. He is trying to shoot down the players, but my main concerning factor is the rest of the teams. I kind of want to see the map. I kind of want to see where every team is situated at and how they're actually taking the fight and everything, because in this particular angle, from White's angle, I can see Team Lebanon, I can see Team Indonesia as well. But there we go, Lebanon's 1 player. Sleepy gets taken down easy. Easy gets easily taken down. Now it's the shots, the damages that might ensue and get that confirmation upon on the player. And on the same time, Jiggle is constantly shooting into the smokes and trying to get some more eliminations. Maybe this time on the Indonesian players, but Indonesia not only has revved their players up, they're back into the 4-man action. They're also moving forward. Lamborghini, in the meanwhile, gets taken down by Nepal Red. Nepal Red is also taking the fight. Easy gets elimination. That's an elimination for the team Nepal White. And 9th elimination. Precious gets knocked down. Levis is also knocked down on the verge. Rex knocked down. So it's a back and forth going on. The tussle between Nepal, between Vietnam, and the team Jordan as well in the proximity. But Vietnam, there we go. Another 1 knocked down from the team Vietnam side. That's 2 down. Now Nepal Red, they're facing the forward fight alongside of this area. Parajin low on that HP, 75. I'd say 60% on the HP side. He's trying his level best onto this proximity on how he's going to be able to do that, how he's going to get those connectivities done. And we do have to see how that thing is going to affect all of these premises, all of these fights that is actually ensuing. And I do believe so. We have Red Queen back with us. So welcome back, Red Queen. And still, even after all that time, even after all this 5 minutes of action, we still have 11 teams.
Oh my goodness! I'm happy that I made it just in time because Indonesia find themselves in another fight, in another clash up against Red of Nepal. This is going to be a 3v2, I assume. Yeah, 3v2 situation. Saitama already down on the ground here, and ZNJJ KK, of course, still racking up some more, but Indonesia right now in big trouble just because of the fact that we only have one active member left. Two of their players down on the ground. That's Federalis and Malaknik, two of their top fraggers here, stuck inside this building. But let's see if they will still have enough time for them to reset, to recuperate, because Jordan, I feel like they're already getting prepped up to charge inside that building where they are currently staying.
They definitely are going to be stepping up for that aggressive stances, but oh, in the meanwhile, Lebanon, they have been finally eliminated. We are down to the top 9, ladies and gentlemen. Team Indonesia, 2 players are down. 1 player has been eliminated, down to the very last guy. It's a 1 player alive. It's a solo player alive for them, and nobody's getting that survival done. They are scared at this point that, okay, if they show their faces, they're going to be all over. It's going to be all over for them, and that's exactly what's happening. Look at Indonesia's health. They're low on that HP. In the meanwhile, Team Vietnam versus the Team Maldives, they're fighting. Nepal White Sky has been taken down as well. The rest of the team closing on with Nepal. Come on, White, you can do it. The shots from the off angles are coming on. Sleepy, smoke your vicinity up as soon as possible. The players from the Indonesia has also been revived as well. 1 player revived, 2 player revived. All 3 of them are back into the action, ladies and gentlemen. They are back into the game. They are back into the play. And right with this, now, from this point onward, we do have to see how much more points can this team possibly secure for themselves, for their team. And soon as we are seeing the team Nepal White trying to smoke themselves into the area, the Vietnam, they will definitely be pushing up as well. They will definitely be pushing up on this premises, firing, getting those shots on Haitadami. There we go. That's a knockdown. And right with this, Nepal White kind of facing the casualties.
Blue and Red of Nepal have already been taken out of the equation here, so there's a big chance for White, of course, to get back on track. Just because of the fact that, okay, Nepal White has been really working hard, exerting a lot of effort here just to make sure that they remain competitive in the game. It was a long journey from them, coming from the bottom of the leaderboard back into the upper half section, and now they're doing everything that they can, of course, to catch up with the number of points that their enemies have already stacked up onto the board. We've got a Team Vietnam here. It's also like quite a staggering amount of points here that was set up by Team Vietnam, which is, of course, great to see on the screen here. They do have the chance to get that chicken dinner as well. They have already built their momentum so far for this final round. And again, I've already said this, already mentioned this a while ago, that Team Vietnam, they've always been known for their late game play. So I feel like they are studying first, going through the live broadcast and checking out, okay, what are the rotations going to be? Who is, of course, the most skilled player in this tournament? And they tailor fit their gameplay into this tournament, which is, of course, doing perfectly for them. Now, Indonesia was able to reset. They were able to keep 3 of their members, and Pakistan, oh no, they're already 113, but they're down to their last surviving member.
Yeah, they are definitely down to their last surviving member. Things are not looking good for them if we are talking into the fact that, okay, it is the fight against the Team Indonesia and the Team Pakistan right now. So they have to be very careful on whatever they're going to do from this point onward, because one wrong move, one simple mistake, it's going to set a lot of momentum back on them. They have to secure a lot of points from that point onward. Once again, Indonesia as a 3-man unit, there was a chance we were looking at that, okay, they might get eliminated, but no, this time around we are seeing this team getting some decent number of not just the elimination but a lot of survivability as well into the area. But talking about Malaysia, so far Malaysia is at the very corner of the map as well, and you can definitely see how well are they well versed into the area, that they're looking everywhere into the surrounding areas so they can actually get some eliminations for them.
Okay, I'm looking at all the teams' position here. So Vietnam has taken a high ground. Indonesia right down below, holding on to a compound here. Same thing goes for Jordan. So I just know that Jordan and Indonesia will not be overextending their pick here, just because they will be exposed and vulnerable to the boys of Team Vietnam, who is actually right up above them. But you know what? Team Vietnam might settle score, might be in an altercation with Malaysia because they're slowly creeping from behind here, Clarence.
I mean, this is the beauty of Miramar. You can actually creep from behind. This is unlike Sandhawk, you will have to use the cars and everything and their long rotations to do that at this point. But right here, at this point, you can definitely see. Another circle shift towards the team Indonesia. In fact, oh my God, this is looking good for them. At this angle, Lamborghini's there. There's a node T. Malaysia closing down to the fight against the team of Vietnam versus them. And right here, right at this point, High is coming, is trying to get those shots connected upon on the players, but he is trying his level best, but not completing that. He's not going forward. He's staying on the safer side for now. Overthinking is not an option here. It is a choice that you have to do. That is, you have to do. You have to take a risk, and that risk might yield you some high rewards, or it might yield you a journey back to the lobby.
Obviously, this fight between Malaysia and Vietnam needs to happen because we're just waiting for the zone to close in, and they need to settle the score as fast as they could, because this is now where the high ground becomes a double-edged sword, just because a portion of it no longer belongs to the zone here, so they will have to descend from this mountaintop. So this is, again, an inevitable fight between Malaysia and Vietnam. So let's see who's going to be winning the fight. Momentum, if we're going to break it down, it's going to be from this side of Team Vietnam here, while Malaysia, of course, is doing their best to survive this clash up against Team Vietnam. Mika with a massive shot there, but Firen got shut down. Same thing goes for Mika, and Team Vietnam might be able to win this fight. But yeah, I feel like it was you, Hai, who put a stop on Team Vietnam's track right there, and now they, I mean, he has the opportunity to pick up his comrades. And looking at the scoreboard here, it's a solid 11 elimination points, which also brings us down to just 5 teams remaining for Stage 7 with 30 seconds on the clock.
Man, how is Pakistan still alive? This is my question. They have been alive for the solo player for too long. Sri Lanka at the same time as well. They're on the same path of a solo survival at this point. But Mika, you have to get into the buggy. You have to get into the circle as soon as possible. Get into the cars. Get out of here as soon as possible as you can. They're gonna get into the car, but oh my God, this might just be the reason that you might not survive. Come on, heal yourself. Get into the circle, and oh, come on, again? He didn't heal himself. He just canceled the healing for some reason. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I was speechless there. You can't blame me on that. But Jordan versus Malaysia, it's happening, and oh my God, that's one knockdown, a confirmation. The car burst down, may get High out of his hiding shell as well, and that car burst down did not get him out. It did not knock him out, and now, once again, Malaysia with the 11 elimination, they are the one contenders that has the possibility of taking down Indonesia as they push forward against this team. Indonesia throwing the grenade, and oh my God, barely surviving with that silver line HP.
It will be difficult for Malaysia, not gonna lie here. I mean, just because of the fact that, you know, teams are looking towards their direction. They are, of course, descending from the mountaintop here, which is kind of exposed as they trail their way down. As for Micah, okay, last active member here, he was able to get down from that top right there, pretty close to where Indonesia is. Not exactly sure if Indonesia is even aware of the fact that one member from Team Malaysia actually survived. But then again, 30 more seconds on the clock here before the zone devours the land completely. Indonesia, everyone that they need to eliminate is right in front of them, which is, of course, gives them the best chance to actually winning the chicken dinner. Jordan, they can eliminate Sri Lanka first. Doom, I mean, he's the only surviving member there, but he's running out of options there just because the zone is about ready to devour him as well. So looking at the situation here, Taurus, if they can play their cards right, Indonesia might be able to take the win for this round.
They might be able to. They definitely might be able to take the win. But here we go. Sri Lanka versus Jordan. It's finally going to happen. Doom super low in that HP. The player's closing in. The jump shot from the DBS. It's not going to connect. But the player, clever, comes into the play. Gets the elimination done. It's over for the Sri Lanka. Pakistan is also out of the premises as well. We're down to the official top 3, ladies and gentlemen. Indonesia with the 3. Malaysia with the 1. And we have Jordan with the 3 as well. With the 11 elimination for Malaysia. 2 eliminations for the Indonesia. And Jordan with the 5 eliminations. I'd say this match can definitely go towards the Jordan side or the Indonesia side, one way or another. But Malaysia has eliminated. Clever comes into play, gets taken down instantly. That's a Vinavina chicken dinner right coming up. I can definitely feel it. I can feel the Vinavina chicken dinner coming up for Indonesia once again. This time around, the 3rd Vinavina chicken dinner, and getting back into the foam on the hashtag number 1 with a lot of difference point for themselves. There we go. Indonesia getting that final nail in the coffin. It is a winner chicken dinner with 5 elimination, 15 points.
Well, Jordan obviously did not make that slam dunk work for them. It's Indonesia that took the win. It was a convincing one. It was a great position, but it wasn't easy to defend to begin with. I mean, they were down below. They did not expose themselves, which is, of course, a great tactical gameplay coming from Indonesia. They waited patiently for the right opportunity for them to shut down those players. And when the time actually came, well, it was about chaos and inflicting pain up against the opposition. And looking at the MVP title here, it's coming from, of course, Team Vietnam. We've got Patagene 7 on the screen, putting up a total of 7 elimination points and 1,078 damage output with 321 meters as his longest elimination distance.
I mean, not only is the longest elimination distance of 321, I think that might come into the match summary as well. This longest elimination distance might just come into the match summary. But yes, 7 elimination, 401 healing, 1,078 damage, as you already mentioned. The player has done a very amazing job for the team. We have 33% of the body. We have 66.67% of the leg shots and no headshots whatsoever in this match by this guy. He successfully managed to secure all those elimination, all those points with just the leg shots and the body shots. We have 61 eliminations, 74 knockouts, 9,977 healings, throwables of 150, it drops at 2, headshots 13, 30 rescues, and 358 is the longest elimination distance.
Okay, here we go. 150, of course, not the numbers that we are looking for exactly. But then again, all the teams did not disappoint. They put on a great show for everyone. And at the end of the match, it is, again, Malaysia getting that chicken dinner. Of course, they already felt the pressure right from the get-go. And they already came up with a plan that, okay, it's time for us to create that gap once again up against Pakistan. And this is, I guess, the first time that I see Pakistan kind of go down in match rankings here with only a single point, a single number so far in the match rankings. But then again, Indonesia keeps their top spot, I assume, judging by the numbers that we can see on the screen here.
I mean, that is true. That is definitely true. Indonesia, they were making sure that they're surviving this time around. They're playing for the chicken dinner at the last match. And because of that, 15 points. Vietnam, 14 points for them too, with 12 elimination to their name. Jordan with 12 total points. Nepal white, 12. 6 for Pakistan. We have Mongolia with the 6, 5 for Sri Lanka, Maldives with 2, alongside of Timor-Leste, Nepal red, Laos, Syria with 111, Lebanon, Bangladesh, and Nepal blue with 0 points whatsoever. This is the match ranking, ladies and gentlemen, of the match number 5 of the day, and number 2. In total, the match number 10. We have the overall ranking, ladies and gentlemen. Indonesia, 128, 11 points of a difference against Team Pakistan at this point, whereas they are surviving. They are on the number 2 with their 117 points. Nepal blue, they still have to cross the 100 markers first. 83 points. Nepal red, 80 points. Blue has finally successfully dethroned Nepal read from their position and has successfully overtaken the number 3 spot.
Well, at least, there's a little bit improvement on, or like from the Lebanon side, rather. A while ago, with all the matches that have gone through, they were just at like a single digit number onto the screen. Now we're looking at 10. But hopefully, come in day number 3, we can see a little bit of spark, like in terms of their energy into the games, and maybe improve their status in the leaderboards. Of course, it's not too late just yet, but when it comes to like getting themselves into, let's say, top 5, of course, it's gonna be like super ambitious at this point. Now, looking at the Warriors here, the ones that really stood out from day number 2, again, Malakbik, it's a non-mover. He's still at the top spot here. We got T24, IQQ, Noki back on the roster for the MVP ranking, and Federalis sliding down to 5th here, putting up total 22 elimination points.
We still have 3 of the team Pakistan, 2 of the team Indonesia on the leaderboard. But yeah, it's Malik Pick. Last but not the least, he came late, but he came great. Back on the number 1 position he is, ladies and gentlemen. 23 elimination, 4,104 points, like a damage for himself. Then we have the average survival time of 20 minutes and 27 seconds for this guy. And last but not the least, going on towards the second page, second team, it is C24, 21, IQ with 19, Noki with 20, and Federalis points as well for himself. That's a very huge number for the points. If we're talking about that, the eliminations are definitely there. It's just 1, 2 to 3 eliminations. It's all it's gonna take to like switch out the complete momentum of the game.
Yep, and I guess it's official. For day number 2, Indonesia is still the undisputed champion, closing out the tournament with 128 points. So again, from the very first match here, they were able to set the tone with calculated aggression and ruthless eliminations and near flawless placements. But make no mistake, this wasn't an easy ride because, well, Pakistan's relentless pursuit and the rivalry that defined, day number 2 of this competition. I mean, if there was any team that kept Indonesia on the edge, it was for sure, absolutely, Pakistan, finishing just behind 117 points, right? I mean, they matched Indonesia's 78. LM's proving that they could go toe-to-toe, with the Kings. The difference is, okay, Indonesia's ability to, secure crucial placement points when it mattered most. I mean, for Pakistan, this tournament showed that they are one step away from, ultimate or getting the ultimate victory. So next time, the battle for the throne may look very different coming into the day 3, which is, of course, the final day for this competition. I'm pretty sure that if we've seen a lot of aggression coming from the teams here, especially those teams at the top, it's going to be full-on aggressive mode, even harder, for the final day of this competition, Torix.
We're only down to the final days, ladies and gentlemen, only down to the very last day of the action. And that last day will dictate who will be on the number 1, who will be on the number 2. The first fight is between the team Indonesia versus the team Pakistan that we can definitely